Day. Oh, let me just sort this out. Saturday, first Saturday of the month, live, which is just a great excuse. I'm going to be completely honest, guys, for us to hang out and have a chat. So always look forward to doing this. Again, I get loads of positive messages from everybody, just basically saying that it gives us exactly open on source. Me too. I can't wait to get that physically in hand. I just need to get my iPad out of the corner of the screen. What I was just saying is, yeah, it's just a great opportunity for you guys to have a chat amongst yourselves, which I know a lot of you do now, which is brilliant. And also you can ask me anything you want to. We can talk about stuff. If there's any questions on Onslaught, believe you me, I'm the most impatient person as it is, because before we even put that video up, teasing it, yeah, we'd had it. I'd had it in hand at least. Oh, Josh Prime is in, brilliant. I'd had it in hand already. So the total time that I've had to wait is like well over 3 weeks. And I know we're running a risk because there's a potential that some other people who perhaps shouldn't have him may get hold of him and open him and do a review first. But I think if they do, they won't have a box or anything with it, fingers crossed. But again, it's mainly down to, thank you very much, Duke. Nice to have you straight in from the beginning. Yeah, I'm super lucky. I'm very lucky that because Pete's in as well, and you've already been Pete. Somebody's already beaten you to smash the like button. Do you think he's going to be as good as Silver? I think he's going to be better. Aaron is in, brilliant, which is perfect. Darren with 2 away. There's Swindler, which is the little Micromaster, and then there's. Thank you very much. Oh wow, Hawaii. That's on my top lists to go to. Yeah, there's only Swindler and Swoop left. That is it. So that's it. Then we're moving on to the T. I was lucky enough to, I can tell you this because you can see the video yourself and you can see me and Evan talking about it. Yes, Swindler and Swoop are the only 2 left on S. Good morning. I love it when people say that. Crackles, you're in Australia, I think, obviously. What was I saying? Yeah, I messed around with the prototype, obviously, and yeah, it's good. And I saw, even though it was only prototype colours, I saw Bruticus fully built. And I think we've seen it anyway. Which combiners do you think are going to come out next? I think it's defense. So I think they're going through the way they, because they were called the special teams, weren't they? Already posted the Devastate gift set. It's only an Asian exclusive then. Swindler is the little grey, the teeny grey Micromaster. I've got him somewhere here because I was tidying up. Yeah, Swindler's the little grey Micromaster from the Decepticon Patrol, and then Swoop's the last one. My room's an absolute tip, guys. Oh, there he is. Funny enough, there he is. I did the video for that, ready for tomorrow morning, so just in case this goes late, because they sometimes do. And I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. I feel pretty good. I'm feeling pretty wide awake, which is great. Soundwave's jumped in as well. Let me just fix this. There's quite a few in already, which is perfect, which is great, by the way. I can't wait for Bruticus to be completely so excited. Yeah, Darren, I was going to mention that. I love the fact that, Darren, you and Duke, you have your own sort of conversations now as well, which is brilliant. You were talking about compatible. Oh, no, sorry, yeah, I was talking. Oh, yeah. There was 2 conversations going on at once already. Yeah, anyway, what we're talking about, yeah, Bruticus, can't wait. That's funny enough, you can see Devastator up there. I was going to do a review about an hour ago, but I thought, you know what, I need to build him up. I don't know, actually. I hope so. All I can say to you, and this is the truth, and we nearly did it, but we didn't do it. We didn't have time. I'm going back to October. Me and Evan, because don't get me wrong, would have been super lucky. And I don't know anything more than what he was going to say. He was going to do the updated video at MCM Comic Con, so you can see how far behind they are with that. All I can say from the one that I saw is the gamer edition. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. What I would think is probably not just yet, because I don't think, unless they just, slightly retool the molds, I don't think they do that straight off. I think they'd probably go for another combiner first. I don't know, that's just what I'm guessing. I just think that there'd be too many. Will Hasbro going to be making Nexus combiner a separate package? Nexus, which one's Nexus? Is Nexus the one we've seen, isn't it? Nexus is the one that's a Voyager, and they've confirmed it. I'm talking about the same one. I'm sure they've confirmed that there's going to be extra limbs coming out in 2027 for him. Yeah, Nexus Prime is going to be coming out. Yeah, so the main I suppose the main robot is the Voyager class, which is I can't think of whoever it was, but somebody, I think it was somebody on this channel, noticed straight away that like it was basically Silverbolt, and they were completely correct. And that's obviously why they used probably they combined him to everything, didn't they? Which is and then of course Mark's confirmed on the latest stream that they're going to be extra parts, but not till 2027. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, there's so much going on. What's going on? I'm going to read that there. What's your idea, Sean? What's your idea? I've got my drink ready as well. Are you doing the Friday for TFU? I'll be there, Pete. I'll be there. I'm going to talk a lot about that in a minute. So I'm hoping that a few people jump on from TF UK Con in a minute. Yes, I'll be there on the Friday. I'll stay the Friday night into the Saturday. Yeah. Oh, Galactic Cosmos 84. Nice to see you on here. Hello. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do. I'll definitely be doing both, Pete. Wait, what's the date? The date for TF UK Con is May the 16th, Saturday, May the 16th. I think I've got that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pete. And I'm sure the Friday is the 15th. There's too many dates going around in my head at the moment, because between now and then, there's oh, wow, you'll have to tell us your sad news in a second, saying, there's Greg Berger at Battersea Power Station in April. There's I think I might stay Friday and Saturday, stay here back on the Sunday. Oh, my daughter's just pulled that off. I've just noticed. That's if you can get it cheap, then Pete, you might as well. Pete, have you heard anything from Brandon? I've messaged him privately a couple of times and had nothing back from him at all. I hope he's okay. I just wondered if he'd spoke to you or anybody else. Mia Person is in as well. Fantastic. Yes, so for anybody, not that it makes a difference even if you're in the UK or not. Dunter XL. Hey, Russ, hello to all the real fanboys. Fantastic. Great stuff. What was I saying? I'm going to be recording from there anyway, but it's just a UK convention and it's happening in May. I knew it'd be something to do with one of your cassettes. Which one, Soundwave, unfortunately? The van, let's go. They used to be repaid Scooby-Doo van. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Wasn't he on the last stream? No, he didn't come in. He didn't come in at all. And I've sent him an actual couple of private messages just saying, "Are you okay?" And he hasn't. That's a good idea with I think a lot of people have said the Scooby-Doo van, and I think a lot of people have said the A-Team van. Again, that's one of the other figures that I get to have a look at. What was I going to say? That's the one another one that I'm going to be having a look at whilst I'm in demand. I'm there, just but lurking. Have a great stream. Perfect. Just hang around and listen if you want to jump in. Greetings to you guys in Mexico. If you want to jump in and chat, please do. Yeah, this is the well, look at the state of my hair. It's absolutely disgraceful. It's not Revision, another one. It was another Feline cassette. I can't think of the other ones. So yes, thank you. Simon's in as well. Fantastic. There's a few people joining in. I forgot what I was going to say. At least the Constructicons, but nothing. What do you mean? Oh, in the shops, Darren. I thought you meant that. Yeah, so the UK Con, it's a Friday night and it's a Saturday. I'm going to be recording loads of stuff from there. Hopefully we get... I'm going to be able to get some exclusives for that as well. That's in May. There's MC... oh dear, I'm so sorry to hear that, Soundwave. If it's real life. Normally, obviously, Shorey's in as well. I know that you're always... you're actually talking as a human today, Soundwave. I apologize. I'm sorry for your loss. What was I saying? Yeah, there's MCM in April, May as well. Yes, Jeff Senior is confirmed, Pete. 100% confirmed. Just me, your hair isn't as bad as you should see my hair. To be fair, I'm not usually that fussed. It's hat head. It's just a bit long, that's all it is. But I thought I might as well wear this because, as Windcharger said, it's a cool hat, so I might as well wear it. Does anyone know what happened with the Earth Spark Cos? Do you know what? That's a good point, Duke. No, not at all. Bowie, mini grant. Greeting for are we going to record the review on Onslaught when you? So what I'm going to do, I'll come to that in 2 seconds. So what I'm going to do, because we need a Dukes of Acid. Yes, we do. The problem with that is the flag on the roof. Not my decision, nothing to do with me. But that's what's the problem. What was we saying? Yes, so when I'm at In Demand Toys, again, I'm going to be there from 8 a.m, but I've got to wait until midday to open the box because I want to share it with you guys. So what I'm going to do That's why I built up Devastator today, because I'm one of these people. I've still not built up my own Superior either, because I've been really lucky to review the ones which weren't mine. So I've built up Devastator today. I'm going to build up Superior tomorrow. So what I'm going to do for the unboxing is pretty much that. I'm going to unbox it along with a load of other figures. There's loads more that we've not even revealed that I know that we've got. So you've obviously seen that we've teased Frequency and Onslaught. I can tell you there's more, and I can tell you that they definitely haven't even been seen in this country yet. In fact, in the world yet, so that's great. There's a couple which have been released in Canada, which aren't in the UK yet. Sam is in as well. Sam, brilliant. I'm glad you're here, because we're going to be talking, well, we're already talking TF UK Con, actually. But I'm just quickly talking about In Demand. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox him. I don't know which mode he's going to be in. I presume he's going to be truck. I'm going to take a few figures to do some comparisons with. I'm going to do as much detail as I can whilst I'm doing live streams like this. But then, yes, I'll get to take the figures home and do a detailed review. So what I do on this channel, which is slightly different to everybody else, I throw it open to you guys, and I get a lot of flack for it from some people, because some people say that I'm just milking it for the videos. But what I do is it'll give me the opportunity to do exactly that. It gives the opportunity for you guys to put in the comments, do this with that figure, do that with that figure, compare it to this one, compare it to that one. Because to be honest, it's going to take me 4 hours to get home from In Demand anyway. It's so far either way. So the actual day itself will be unboxing, doing a few comparisons. Again, I'll build up the frame to get so we know exactly how big Bruticus is. We obviously won't have Swindle. Brawl isn't out anywhere in the UK yet either. I've got Vortex. And neither's Blastoff. Blastoff's not, unless I'm wrong, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not seen either of TF UK Con is in Birmingham, Josh Prime. Yeah, I don't think they're out, but either way, we can just use some limbs just to build it up. I wish I can get memberships then, win something to make my sparkle up better. Russ, will they bring a new cut maybe from the comics? Do you know what? I want them to, because are you going to get... Yes, I will do, 100%. I've got Vortex. Vortex is... He was there. Vortex is somewhere here, so I'll take my Vortex. And as I say, if I can get hold of a Brawl and a Blastoff, I'll put them on as well. But I'll take Superior with me, I'll take Menasor with me, and I'll take Devastator with me, so that at least I can build them up and I can put all four next to each other. Even if I don't do that on the live, because obviously I'm going to try basically doing what I'm doing now, so I won't be able to go super in depth with the figures. But then, as I say, that gives you guys loads of times in the comments, not just you, everybody who's watching it, to say do this, do that, do this, do that, and then I will do that. Here in the US, 3 of the... Wow, you see, we're so far behind in the UK, it's crazy. I've seen somewhere in Canada, in the US, you've got... I know it's only a repaint of Tiger Hawk, but you've got Razor Claw. We haven't got him yet. We haven't even got 86 Thundercracker. Wind Charger's just appeared. Wind Charger, funnily enough, Brawl you won't be able to combine because of the unique connection. Hey there, oh, brilliant. Deluxe Baldwin. Oh wow, thank you for jumping on, buddy. Great to have you on here as well. Really appreciate it. My friends from across the pond, there's a few of you jumping on. Fit, yes, they will do, Simon, so I'll be able to do that. He's getting me Brawl on that. I just realised that In Demand store day clashes with the driving course I have. Oh no. Unfortunately, they're about to send you over to make it big. Nice to have you on here as well. Deluxe Baldwin. Sam, people are talking about, as you can see, TF UK Con, so we're going to talk about that more in a minute. Here we go. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Brawl and Vortex. Vortex? That's weird. That's, as I say, he was the first. We were quite lucky. We got him quite early in the UK, but then we didn't get anything else for ages. We're way behind, like way behind. We got Celebrity in the chat. We got Deluxe Baldwin is in the chat, guys. So that's great that he's joining in, which is fantastic. I was late to the game and waiting for the BBTC. I'm going to Smith's every time I'm at work to see if they get anything. Yeah, they got Quick Strike and Wind Charger, as I say, but I haven't seen 86 Thundercracker. I know this sounds weird, but if great if they make a Star Trek, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen, to be fair. No, I appreciate that, and I love when people join in. Sometimes that toy guy jumps in, and yeah, sometimes, and obviously TF fan page jumps in sometimes as well. I just do like I think, I don't know, I'm just me. This is me, raw, standing with messy hair in my bedroom. Right, this is going way too fast. Quick Strike. I would love to put me a person. I get annoyed that waves all at once. Yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? Just got MPG. Oh wow. Okay. Would you say that because the is he because he's all plastic, or is he because he's just a little bit too straightforward? Because I've got one on pre-order from Shows. Princeton's in as well, fantastic. I've got one in or pre-order from Shows, but again, quite late. In fact, Pete, very quickly, you know Pete who's on there. The one. Have you heard anything from Phil from Robot Recruits either? Because I'm still waiting for my missing links, my masterpiece Rat Trap, and my. I mean, God Bomber. I mean, these have all been out for ages, but I've not heard anything from Phil in ages in a long time. I hope he's okay as well. Yeah, what's annoying for me is that everything comes out in different things. Shozi is based in China, and I won't badmouth them at all. They get all the Takara stuff. Oh, okay, hi and Chug. Man, well worth getting quick strike if you can. You see. What was I saying? So they get all of the third party stuff like which deluxe reviews, and all the sort of stuff like which Pete loves as well. Do you know what this set is driving me insane. The six shot is, oh man, it just really, what's the word? I'm not a big fan of Magic Square anyhow, and this set does it. No, does anything to help them. It's been a while since MLRCs came out, and I haven't had them. Yeah, it's Princeton in. It's a good set, but it's Magic Square for me. Oh, anyway, what was I saying about Shozi? Yeah, Shozi are fantastic. They're based in China, so you'll get all your Chinese stuff, so all your blockies and all your other third party really quick. But when they get to Kara, the good thing is that when they get it, it's cheaper than anywhere else, like in the world. They undercut anything in the UK by huge amounts, huge amounts. But you do have to wait. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Magic Square. Maybe it's just me. They don't do anything. I mean, I've got New Age Sideswipe to fair. I suppose I was going to review that earlier, but my in-laws have come round, so I didn't have a chance to do that. There was a lot of drama over Nexus Prime. I completely agree, Princeton. I think it looks good. I mean, I've only seen the same as you before anybody says, I bet you've seen more. I haven't seen any more at all. I like the fact that they've come out and basically said that he's going to be a combiner, and I like the fact that they've straight away said there's going to be limbs for him, but you're going to have to wait till next year. So I think that helps. New Age, I agree. New Age are over-engineered, but they're not as tedious. We're located, I'm here in the USA, Texas. Shows he just replaced the new Science Culture train bots for me after DHL lost the first ones. You can't moan at that, can you? I've never had an issue with them. As I say, I joined them just over nearly 2 years ago now, funnily enough. Nearly 2 years ago, because I felt that I needed to do that, to review to exactly that. Anyway, that's interesting actually, Dave. You guys who love your third parties, I think everybody does agree that New Age is better than Magic Square. Has brought all the Beast Wars remakes of the toys out. They're great. No, Magic Square is over engineered as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, Magic Square for me, it's just panel. I'm definitely getting Nexus, but bot mode looks great. All the most Magic Square. Yes, I'm glad you said that, Pete. And I don't think the plastics is good quality. And there's never seems to be any die cast, whereas with New Age, there seems to be quite a bit of die cast, even in their tiny figures. Do you know what the weapons make for the I do not know what the weapons make for the primes. I would imagine it's going to be like a huge staff, but I've not got a clue. But they did that already, didn't they, with the other things? You should hook up with Deluxe Boarding. I would love to do that. I'm always up for things like that. And I've just said that, Princeton. I'm like, look, Deluxe is in, everybody's in. My only issue, and it's when I get to do it. But I keep saying, guys, I've been saying for ages that I need to do more live streams. So definitely in the future. I'm up for that. Deluxe, if you're up for that, they have the plastic because of the transformations. If they had New Age plastic. Okay, see you later, Sean Muller. Thanks for jumping in. Just for New Age plastic. I think you're right with that. There's a lot of play in the Magic Square plastic. It's much more, yeah, play. There's loads more movement. There's movement in it. It's not as rigid. It's not as robust. So yeah, I agree completely with that. And it probably would break. To be fair, I think you're right. Don't really have any close friends in Transformers, much less Hot Wheels here. They haven't got the Hot Wheels over here either. I don't believe. I've not seen Bone. Is it Twin Mill and Bone Shaker or Bone, whichever we haven't. I've not seen them. again, the distribution is something that I think that they'll never be able to get their head around. I don't know if it's anything to do with tariffs. I don't know if it's to do with. I just think sometimes I think, and this is probably because for those of you who don't know, I used to work in a chocolate factory years ago, and crazily enough, we used to start making like Easter. Oh, I'm going to check that out then. So we started making Easter eggs, as you'd imagine, but we'd start making them in August. So that's why that they start appearing in shops, from Christmas time, because where on earth can they store them all? They've got to get them out. So sometimes I think um, that perhaps they just make so much stock that they've just got to get it out, and perhaps they send it to Canada and it's supposed to go into a warehouse, but it doesn't. It gets ends up on a shelf. It was neither of them. It was a place called Magna in Telford, which basically makes stuff for everybody. To be fair, they even made Hershey's, they even made Green and Blacks, they make everything. But basically, the big companies used to send us the chocolate, and I was a technician there. And then we'd just make what they want with it, whether it was bars, whether it was eggs, advent calendars, whichever stuff like that. So we didn't actually blend or make the chocolate there. I need to speak to you about that, Pete. Um, Pete, I'm going to sort that out because Colin actually wants to do one as well. So that's another date. So that means we've got. I'm going to the Battersea store a week Wednesday, just because I go every month, and then we've got. I only recently found this channel. Thank you for jumping on, Tim Berry. I hope you enjoy the content. And yeah, this is. If you're new to the live streams, these are just exactly what you can see. It's anything goes. Ask me questions, chat amongst yourselves. I put a question to all of the people watching this. I've done it a few times, to be fair. I've said, do you want this to be more formatted? Do you want us to go in a state? But everybody just went with no, just keep it as it is. So feel free to jump in with anything at any point, which I thought that as well, but he wants to do something else. So maybe he's brought something. So because there's no format, everybody just has a free for all. And if you want to ask a question, then by all means go for it. If you want to do what a lot of people like to do, just sit and listen to us, then that's cool as well. What was I saying then? So we've got TF UK Con in demand. In demand's this month, and then March. I can't think. March will be something. There's an MCM soon as well. I think that's in May, as well as I think it might actually be the weekend after UK Con. I need to check that. Rest with the new Stranger Things, or what's this say? What's that? Rest with the new Stranger Things van. What are the moles or repaints? The Stranger Things. Everybody wants an 18. We've got to get an 18 van. I can't believe it took as long as it has. Somebody's already put a comment in earlier, which is great, and loads of people have said that. Scooby Doo as well. Man, I need to start up around 30 interviews again. I'm cool with that, buddy. Just let me know. You just drop me a message either on Insta or in a comment on here, and we'll sort something out. I keep saying I need to do things like this more often. You can interview me, or we can just chat like we are now if you want. It's always cool to do stuff like this, especially because it seems like obviously we've got similar subscribers, which is good. So I love it when people do that and they go, I know you, etc. It's cool. MCN is yeah, it is. So there you go. So oh wow, 2 weekends out of the house. Sometimes that's a bit of a blessing, but not. Scooby-Doo van would be an easy retool of TF1 Wheeljack. Do you reckon Missing Link Grimlock will get recolours, maybe blue? I would say unquestionably yes. And do you know any new things they have yet to release, or are you in the same? I don't know, honestly, guys. The only thing my preference with the Strange Things was Chevy Police van there. I've got no clue. I think JT Prime. I'm sure they will do deluxe because allegedly they what's the word I'm after? Allegedly they lost all the things, didn't they? All the molds, so they're making them all up now. That's the other one. Then NEC. Oh man, there's too much going on. Fun Boys jumped on as well. What was I answering then? With the recolors and the Dinobots? Of course they will, because it's a no-brainer. Because people will buy it. People will buy it. They'll probably do. I don't know if they'll do a Diaclone colours because there's not too much difference. But saying that, who knows? And then they've got a choice of blue or turquoise, haven't they? I would love it if they went with the slightly more obscure turquoise colour, just because exactly that, it's slightly more obscure, but maybe they won't. And then I think afterwards, I'm waiting for the Seekers for Missing Link. We keep talking about this as well, Deluxe. We keep saying we need the Seekers, and straight away off the top of your head, there's 9 Seekers straight out. It's easy. No more combiner. No, they just use that sword. That's his sword, Fung Boy. They've gone back to silver for it. They've given him the silver sword rather than the red one. So I don't think we'll get a Diaclone coloured one, for obvious reasons. Again, this is me just speculating because people think, well, you know stuff, and I don't. I pretty much, I remember whenever I thought that the next commander was going to be Grandis ages ago. I was like, oh no, I was saying the HasLab was going to be Grandis because we were going to get Star Convoy, and it wasn't. It was obviously Omega Prime. I am more for all Diaclone Dinobots. Ah, interesting. I wonder what the next combiner. It's going to be 100%. It'll be Defensor. 100%. I think he pretty much confirmed it in the last interview I did with him, with Evan. That is. He also confirmed they'd do a Ruination as well. For anybody who's not seen that interview with me and Evan, he confirmed they would 100% do a Ruination, but he didn't say when. Because again, the Bruticus mold's fantastic, isn't it? Let's be honest. It is. They still keep releasing things with it. I think Ruination would be brilliant. And again, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolutely no-brainer. That's where they make the money. Missing link needs to happen next. They still probably surprised they haven't shown the Technobots. Do you know what? It's quite funny you should say that. Do you think we'll get a Volcanicus? I think that's not going to happen. I don't think that we will get a Volcanicus, and the reason being, and I'll come to you in 2 seconds, I'm just catching up. The reason why I don't think they're going to get a Volcanicus is because he wasn't a G1 figure. He was never in G1, and it's a new thing. So I think when they tested the water with him in Power of the Primes, he didn't do very well. And then they released the Generation Selects gift set, and it still didn't do very well. So I think at the moment, I can't see him doing it. I hope we get a Diaclone Grimlock. If anybody wonders what I'm doing, I'm looking to the comments at the side there because I've only got a phone here. Yeah, that's the other thing that's surprising. I don't know why they haven't. They've got 3, haven't we? Yeah, we got Shadow Strike. Is that the black drag strip? Is he called Shadow Strike? There's too many figures to remember. I know we've got G2 Dead End, and I know we've got... Is that it? Oh, no, G2 Breakdown as well. So we need Motormaster and... Which one? Wild Rider. Motormaster and Wild Rider. I went with Ruination, just waiting on Deluxe. Whoa, that's fast. Should combine there more curved. I agree, but Deluxe, you've probably got have you got the New Age, what's he called? Have you got the combined New Age one? Because I wasn't particularly fussed with that. Even Pete, who's in the chat, you know, you love it, Pete. He loves New Age. He's all about New Age. But I don't think you went for the combining one, did you, Pete? In the end, did you buy the... I've forgotten his name. Typho. That's it. Did you buy Typho to combine them, or will you not buy him? Because I know that you strongly think that Dinobots shouldn't combine. Have you got him? Have you got him to combine or not? Yeah, I got the Toon ones, and it wasn't a good combine. It was a good combiner, but it just doesn't look good long. Was it? See, I know it wasn't for you. I think it looks good, but I think, again, do you think it's an age thing? I think because, as I always say to people in here, it's not for me. It's weird. Like, I don't think that they do. But like, the weird thing is that I played the Transformers Earth Wars game, and I love the Volcanicus character, and that I think he looks great. But I think that's because I separate that from the G1. So for me, it's okay in that. New Age might get them out. I'll probably pick X Typhon, but I could keep him in sealed box. I don't know how you keep doing it, Duke. Honestly, as I say, keeping everything in bot and alt mode, he's so much bigger. He's huge. Yeah, he's absolutely massive. Are you getting Missing Link Grimlock Pete? Pete will get it. I've got you on pre-order as well, surely, like you asked me to, by the way. So don't worry. We'll sort that out as and when it comes. It's going to be a long time away anyway, so you got more than enough time to not even worry about it. Put £2 away every month or something, and then we'll worry about it when we get to it. Last Transformers game I played last year was a Bayverse related one. I haven't again. I play Earth Wars. That's all I play. I've still not played Devastation. I love how Sludge's head just dangles and like Sweeper's hanger. Remember Human Russ? They said they were going to make the Bayverse figures into G1. I would look. Everybody wants a new Overlord. Even the engineers and even the designers want want a new Overlord. So Tim Berry might be the oldest one in the chat then. If you were 11 when they came out, I think most people in the chat are like 6 or 7. Wow, it's going fast today. The hype is for Missing Link Delta Magnus. There's real hype for that. Delta Magnus is. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. To be honest, I love the blue cab. My vintage blue cab's absolutely. I don't know where it is. It's battered, so it'd be nice to have a a nice new shiny one with the. I don't think that's the last of the cabs use either. I think. So we're getting Nemesis is scheduled for some time this year, isn't it? 2 Missing Link Magnuses, so a white one, and so we've had a yellow, 2 reds. Why have you said that? I don't know which one you mean, Soundwave. I don't know which I don't know what I've said what to now. There's too many different the conversations going on. I definitely think we'll probably get, yes, the shiny Magnus. You get any GPS? No, I'm really lucky. Honestly, Deluxe, this I don't. You obviously haven't heard me tell this story. When I was moving rooms, he was balanced on this shelf here, and it's a right mess. My room is. I'm sorry. Look at that, and it fell from there onto there, and none of it broke. None of it broke at all. Yeah, but my I always forget his name, and I'm looking at him right now. And you guys had to help me before. The Mega Pretender Skyhopper. No, not Skyhopper. Skyhammer. I just touched him, and he fell to pieces. Gen X5. Yeah, I'm really lucky with my Black Zarek. I'm super lucky. Nothing at all. It is Skyhammer, yeah, and my Bristleback. I'm lucky with the ones that seem to break for everybody else haven't for me. But like Skyhammer breaks for me. And every single one of my Predator jets, the gold guns, the Euro exclusives, every single one of them's just crumbled to dust. I mean, literally, I can't even. If you watch any of the videos that I've done of the Predators, none of them have got guns because they've all just. And I actually did, yeah, cheers. And I actually broke. If Guzzy's still in the chat, I did a video. I'm sure it was Guzzy who asked for Thunderclash, and I was prepping Thunderclash for a video, and his gun crumbled in my hands as well. Patriot Palm's been, yeah, I've seen him. He's done loads of them, hasn't he? Vault I've got, but again, I think he's slightly broken. Patriot Prime I've seen has been doing the GoBots. There you go. Okay, guys, controversial opinion. You tell me what you think. Have you seen, and this is not a slight on Patriot Prime at all. Of course it's not. Don't feel guilty about it. It's fine. It was me who wanted to do it, so don't worry about it. He's just put up a picture of Toy Hacks 86 Soundwave. I think it looks awful. I'm sorry. I think it looks terrible. But I know that there's some people who love the Toy Hacks, and I know that they love their things, but it didn't need. I know it's bland, I know it's plain, but that's because that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be just the one colour. I really don't like it. If you've not seen it, anyway, I'm sending people his way, so it's not bad. I think it's awful. That's not my cup of tea whatsoever. But I know it'll be somebody's, but I just wondered if you'd seen it. I wanted to know what Soundwave said, because I think if I've upset Soundwave, I didn't mean to. G2 Slingshot, mine's still intact, but I won't combine him to make Superior. I don't Toyex my stuff either anymore. I think I did a couple back in the day, but it's not for me. It's people who love it. I think it's great. The people who love it. That's the thing I always say. There we go. I like the Toyex, but something can be a bit too much. I brought to our mind like pretty Toyex, and it was kind of taking them off Toyex. And the other like a Toyex, and so it's chest door. Yeah, maybe for just that sticker. At least you don't have Beast Wars. No, I don't have Beast Wars. I've got Beast Wars, the combining, not Magmatron. I'm getting mixed up. The Autobot, the Maximals Combiner. Apparently that's got GPS in it, but mine seems fine. I can't think of his name. I can see it right now with the elephant. You know what I mean? The elephant, the eagle, and the. It's not Tripredicus because that's the Decepticon version. It's the other one. You guys will know it, but mine, I've still not done a video on that, actually, to be fair. I need to do a video on him. I'm quite lucky, again, mine hasn't. Mine's, I'm tempting fate now. I'll go pick him out of a drawer in a minute. He'll be in 6 pieces. That's it, Magna Boss. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Simon, sorry. Do you want, Russ vehicle, do you want, from this planet? So everyone's coming in now, Magna Boss. What is your opinion on the Takara? That's a great question, actually. I think they look cool. I don't know. I want more Beast Wars near figures so bad for the new wave next year. Oh, okay. I'll come to that in a minute. Saying wave. Toyaks are great when you get a vintage figure with damage, missing decals. Um, Again, Overgear. I haven't really seen two. I picked up the text was missing the tail section. The plastic really nice. I just need to find one that has an intact tail. Does he mean G2? People respect that. Do you mean G2 or G1? Because I was going to say I'm sure you've got a G1. Overgear look interesting. I think that they again, perhaps like Deluxe has just said. Thank you for jumping in, JTV Collecting. Deluxe said that MPG 17 is a bit like a chug. I think obviously that Overgear is. I was going to say in between Masterpiece. And chug, but by the signs of it, if MPG 17 is a step down from what you would class as masterpiece, then perhaps I was thinking it'd be like a bridge in the middle. What would be interesting is because they're going. This is just me again waffling. Because they're going with the fact that they're overgeared, overcharged. They've got loads of weapons, loads of arsenal, loads of accessories, and with the firing projectile laws in Japan being different to the UK, will they have it? Because I think, that's what they're going for. They're going with the fact that they've got all these launching rockets, all these, cannons and all this sort of stuff. So I would love it if they actually did do that, if they fired them. Do I have a favourite mini bot that's come out recently? That's a really good question. Let me have a quick think. I'm looking at my G1s. Do you know what? I think it was Gears, and I don't know why. But I'm looking at my G1 Gears, and I think I've got him somewhere around here, and I just really liked it. I think it was maybe because it was such a long time coming, because he was rumoured. I think, if correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm sure Gears was rumoured as far back as Kingdom. So, as in the Wolf Cybertron trilogy, I'm sure we were supposed to get him then. So when we actually got him, I thought, yeah, he's great. Beachcomber was cool as well, though. TF Nation has just sent me a message. I'll read that in a minute. That's come up on the top. Yeah, I think Overgear is going to be in between. Somebody said alternators. I think you're right, but I'm sure about Predator King is the same with their MBG stuff. I suppose so, but I think because Graham is in, he's jumped in, which is perfect. There you go then. I know he was, yeah, I'm sure he's rumoured yonks ago. What we got here? Yeah, the Predator King is, what's the word I'm after? It's Adams Machina, isn't it? And it's expensive because, but again, I've got mine on pre-order from Shozy as well. It's, I think everybody's concerned how it's going to fit. Is it going to scale? Because you've got their Rodimus is brilliant, by the way. I mean, granted, I've sold mine on already, but their Rodimus was beautiful. But again, it didn't sort of scale with anything. So I'm interested as well, and I'm interested to see how much die-cast there actually is in them, to be fair. And again, as long as it's not overly complicated, like anything like Thunder Kang, which again was ridiculous. It was impressive, but it was crazy. I'm good, thanks, Graham. Yeah, totally looking forward to the new ones. The new there's too much coming out though. This is what we're talking about right now, Graham. We're talking about things that are coming out and things that Simon, I'll keep an eye out for a sea spray for you, obviously. And then, as I said, me and Pete have just discussed, we're going to do the NEC in April as well. So if it's MPG, I don't think anything has die cast. Prime doesn't have any. That's really surprising, actually, because he's still not a cheap figure, is he? He's still, yeah, that surprised me. I thought at least some of it would have had a teeny bit of die cast. I'm just thinking, what's Jinrai got? Because even Jinrai's got, or am I missing? Even Jinrai's cabs. Is it? Is that plastic or is it? No, it's die cast, isn't it? Yeah, that's definitely die cast. It's freezing. 200. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so even Jinrai has got die cast, so that's really surprised me that he hasn't got any at all. But again, I'll have him in hand soon. MPG Rodimus was not well received due to the price. MPG Rodimus. No, we're not on about him. We're on about the Adams Machina one. I'll see what I can do, Simon. Usually I get offered quite a lot of things, so he should be 80, 200. Wow, that much. So that's very interesting. Because a lot of people said that, and to be fair, mine is still standing up there right now. I've not combined them. A lot of people said that about the train bots. Gears was on the original. There you go. See, it was on the original artwork for Kingdom. Thank you, Pete. I knew you'd find out for me, or I knew you'd come back with a fact anyway. The train bots. I don't know if, for people who don't know, and I know Deluxe definitely won't know. So I when they first came out in the early 2000s, I collected Masterpiece right up. I was buying every one, like I was buying everything, right up to the three Datsuns. And then it was the three Datsuns. I didn't buy any after that because, again, I felt that the prices were going up. There was no, there was no die cast in them, and the prices were going up. Hound was, it was Ratchet. I didn't buy Inferno, Grapple, Ratchet, Ironhide, or Hound, any of them. And then of course there was constant error, and I think it was MP10 that sort of annoyed me as well, because they went with a new Prime, and I still love MP1. I've got MP1. I sold my MP10 ages ago. Didn't even get it out of the box. I just thought I'm going to keep MP1. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I went back to. Let me catch up on these. I saw them into just clip sort. That's, I don't know if that's a good price or not, Duke. I'm not too sure. Yeah. You know, if we can get a reissue. I believe they will be. I believe they're going to reissue all the Dinobots, but that's just what I believe. I don't know if it's true. I think it makes sense, and the reason why I believe that they will do it, and I'll come back to what I was saying, is because it's a no-brainer. It's money for them. I think. And they've admitted this. Well, they haven't really said it as this, but they've asked people what they want to get reissued. And let's be honest, I think what they're doing now is they're looking at eBay and they're like, well, why, if people are paying? Oh, I've just took him over there. If people are paying for 90 plus on a Grimlock, why don't we just re-release them themselves? And I think that's what they're going to do. But anyway, I was going back to the train bot. So I didn't buy any Masterpiece for 10, 15 years. And then funnily enough, I brought the Jetfire or Skyfire because it's amazing. And then the train bots because I love riding, but I've just, well, how long have they been out? They've been out 2-3 years and I've still not combined them. Yo-Yo Mac Archives, is that Mac Archives? Yes, it is. And yeah, hello to everybody else who's just jumping on as well. Mad, Prime Production. Thank you for jumping in. Yes, just feel free. I know that you guys are new to this particular chat. Just chat amongst yourselves. Chat with me. Chat with whatever you're doing. Is it's too much diecast? It can hurt the joints over time. Did a Springer made of diecast? I've heard things about that. To be fair, out of all of the Masterpieces that have been out, and the ones that I've had, and the ones that I've brought, and the ones that I've reviewed, all I've got left is MPG 1, 5, which of course is Optimus and Megs, Skyfire, Jinrai, and to be fair, I've got the 44, and I brought this because I love it, but I brought it in a sort of begrudging way. And Deluxe will probably relate to this. If I wasn't a toy reviewer, I probably could have left this alone. But I felt that if I was going to review them, I think it's the same as like when I do my reviews, I'll always bring out an Optimus because most people have got an Optimus. And I know I was reviewing the train bots. And I didn't have a Masterpiece Optimus, so you know, a lot of the comparisons, a lot of the things that people wanted to see, I couldn't do. So I like it because it's the toy deco, and I've got, of course, great fond memories of the original toy. But I think if I wasn't a toy reviewer, I could honestly say I wouldn't have brought it. Yeah, that's it. As I said, I don't transform it, but I just mainly brought it for the fact that people can have an idea of how big it is. I really want to get the Series Ultra Magnus to replace my Kingdom Ultra Magnus, but I can't get it yet. Yeah, they're reissuing that, so that's good. Do you have Missing Link Sentinel on display? Which one's Sentinel? No, I actually don't. I don't, Shori. I don't at all. He's in a box in another room. All my Missing Links, apart from Corden and the RCs, they're in a box in another room. Sentinel Prime, Fans Toys go straight in the shelves. Fans Toys, I'm up and down with them as well. X-Transbots, oh, don't get me started on them. They're awful. I tried to review their, I'll come to that in a second, Graham. I say tried to review. It was their take on Runabout. Yeah, Runabout's the black and red one, isn't it? Runamuck's the other one. And I just couldn't do the foot at one point. I couldn't get it back. And I thought, I'm going to break this, and it's not worth me breaking it. So even at the end of the review, I'm like, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. It just sort of left it. They are Batterseed stores selling them. What's your honest thoughts on the Optimus? Make sure and also keep your ears open. What do you mean? What's my honest thoughts on them? As in the new 86 with the battle damage. Yeah, they're awful. My honest thoughts are I like them. I don't know what the prices are. I haven't pre-ordered them. I've totally missed them. I've got to be completely honest, because 6 p.m. in the UK on a Tuesday, I've always got a client. Always. So I'm kind of hoping. Do you know what? I'm thinking of, again, embarrassingly enough, my 86 Megatron is still in a box down there. because I've not took him out, because I did the early review. And then when my pre-order came, he's still sitting in a box. He's literally sitting in a box right there. I can see it. Um, but and that's why. So I'm not overly fussed. I think it's great for people who didn't get them originally. I agree with people's comments that it would have been nice if they'd have done something like, do you remember in Kingdom, not Kingdom, in Siege, when they did a figure with a battle pack? They did a figure with a battle pack, and like it came with Ravage's cage, it came with Optimus's energon axe, loads and loads of things like that. It would have been great if they could. I'm going to really struggle trying to catch up with that in a minute. It would have been great if they could have just sold like a pack, or sold something that's and maybe exactly that, maybe an accessory pack where you can change out the chest, change out the head, because I'm pretty sure the head for Optimus is just, where's mine gone? Yeah, the head you can just pop off, can't you? So it would have been nice if they'd have done like maybe just a pack, or give us the choice, maybe do the figures, or perhaps give people like at least a year's notice, because then of course they could just make the pre-orders to what people wanted then. And then everybody who's thinking, oh, shall I get this one or no? In fact, I don't mind waiting for the battle damage ones. So that's my honest thoughts. I think I like it. I think it's great for the people who missed out on them. I haven't pre-ordered them, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. It just means that I've missed it. Right, I've got to try and catch up. Friends in Rumble, trying to get over much I like that stand-up poem, the same in New Age Russ. I don't know what that question's to, Mad Prime Production. I don't think they did Polar Claw. It was the same with Jazz. There's about 15 conversations going on now. I'm so far behind. I love the dramatic captures, but I haven't got all them either. What's that? Star Action has them up. Wow, that's crazy if that's it. Timber Rumble is getting a reissue. I think they all are. Again, I think that they all are. I think what they're doing is looking for figures that are going for lots of money on the secondary market, and if they've still got the molds, then they're just going to reissue them, because every company does. Like I say, New Age have just started reissuing all their Dinobots, and Mirage, and somebody else as well, which I've seen. Iron Factory have already done a second run of their Leo Kaiser figures. Everybody does it. It makes sense, doesn't it? It's business. That's what they do. What was I going to say? 12 minutes till the wheel, guys. So 12 minutes for the draw for the channel members. But we'll just carry on as normal, and even after it, we just carry on as normal. That's just something that I do for, what's the word? I do for channel members as a little bonus. I said I wasn't, but I've ended up getting, oh, you've gone, yeah, you did, you went for the oldie. I love the oldie, they're really good, but I have an issue with them at the moment. They're just churning them out as fast as Blockies. Blockies are insane. I can't keep up with Blockies at all. What was dropped for Tigertron? I don't know what's going on now. This is trying to talk. There we go, stay there, that's better. Can't keep up with Blockies. The wheels are brilliant. They've done the little some of my Blockies have got lost in customs typically as well. That's why I've not done the Bruticus Blockies yet, because it got lost a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately. Have I missed any questions? If I have, just re-ask them. I've missed the mark on some of the original. This does seem to be what I was doing, but they missed the mark on some of that one. I'm like, that'll be re-released. I'm pretty sure it will be. In Demand Toys as the 86 battle damage up for pre-order. I've got waves 1 and 2, including, you got all the chases as well. Did you buy them individually, Pete, from AliExpress, or did you buy the boxes? Because that's the one good thing about AliExpress, the fact that you can pick which ones you want, can't you? Which is crazy. It's a good thing though, because it means you can do exactly that. Are you going to get the Giant Optimus then? Because there's a Giant Optimus coming out very soon as well. Again, it won't transform. It's just a huge oldie Optimus. I've caught up. I can't believe it. Just about. Again, if I've missed any questions, guys, fire them at me, and I'll do my best to answer them. I can't believe we've been going 50 minutes near enough already. That's how fast this first time's gone. I picked them up fairly cheap, way cheaper than eBay. eBay have got them at silly prices for some reason. I sold a few of my doubles on there because I was chase hunting, and I was able to buy a whole nother box with the ones that I was selling on there. And I put them at a low price, but people bid them up higher. What do you think of Onslaught, like, with its posing and what you already know? It's just a normal figure. There's again, from the one I played with though was a prototype, so I can't I can't say if it's going to be exactly the same in hand. Pre-order, what's this? Damage Megatron. It is though. If you like, if you can afford it, surely then you should go for it. What was I going to say? But onto Onslaught, it just feels like your Silverbolt, like Motormaster. It's just like that. It's just like a nice. And to be fair, even like him, did I put him next to it? I can't remember. It's just like a really strong, robust cab to a figure. So there was nothing on him that there was nothing that surprised me. I don't think he'd be hotspot because he Onslaught's too different. Anyway, could be wrong. There was nothing that stood out that was any different from anything. I think his truck bed works very well for the base mode. It's my favourite base mode out of all of the newer Commander class base mode, shall we say. I think it works really, really well. Again, the combined mode, we don't really know. I think the combined mode, it's a weird thing, and everybody will hear it, admit it, the same as me. When we first saw them pictures, everybody's like, the legs look awful, which they did, and they still do in some of the pictures. But yet, when they put the prototype up, it was just before Christmas, wasn't it? They actually put pictures of the prototype up in the cupboard at that show they did in Brazil just before Christmas, and everybody was like, oh, it's not that bad at all. So I don't know why sometimes the pictures they take are awful, but I think it's no different to, funnily enough, I'm in a lot of groups, and there's always the same pictures that keep resurfacing of all the old catalogues, if you know, where the G1 toys were transformed incorrectly. And I don't know if anybody else around the rest of the world or who doesn't live in the UK, there's honestly, this is an actual picture, so you can Google this if you want to see it. When Galvatron come out, and it's a picture, it's half a page in a catalogue, it's half a page, it's not just a little bit. There's a little boy holding Galvatron up basically in the gun mode, but like a sight, and it's mistransformed completely. It's terrible, and he's holding it up, looking through the. Well, I don't know why he's even doing that, because it's just Galvatron, and it's terrible. But that's something they did all them years ago, and I think they still do that now. Swindle won't be up for pre-order for ages because he's the final wave for the end of the year. It was strange. That was changed dramatically. That's true, Soundwave. That is very true. But I hope you're doing all right. I was there at the beginning. Yeah, I think most of us were lucky enough to be there at the beginning, Darren. Well, most people in the chat, apart from Windcharger, who's disappeared. Windcharger, who I know is the youngest, but he hasn't commented in ages, so I don't know if he's still there or not. If you're still there, Windcharger, hello. Too much to buy. I'm glad I'm stuck with G1. Yeah, to be fair, you've noticed that I've done that Crackles. I made that decision at when was it? About summer last year, when I was like, I'm going to sell quite a few. It looks stubby due to the colours, but they said it looks the same as the Superior's legs. It'll be exactly the same as Superior's legs, because they're using the same. It'll be the same as Menasor. They're using the same frame. The frame, aren't they? That's what they're doing. So I'm bad at doing jokes, but here we go. I'm bad at doing jokes, but I'm going to say the Unk reminds me of the toy magazines again. I miss the toy magazines. What's the Unk? Evening all. Russ, I'm switching to getting my figures in Smiths now. Do you or anyone find they're getting stock some of the time? Do you want stores? I've no idea when they're going to make a brand new broadside. I think that all I know is at the moment that perhaps, in fact, that sounds wrong. I don't know, but I know that people have suggested, and people are toying, people to use Tidal Wave as the base mold for it, because it pretty much is broadside. Where are we go? Inconsiderate Prime. That's a tough one, because I do my toy hunts every fortnight, obviously. And I think we were this time one of the last. But what I would suggest is, and I'm sure you know this, you can obviously check to see what's in your store on their online website, or sometimes you can just order things online. But they seem to be they're the best normal retail. They're nowhere near as good as in demand. They're nowhere near as fast as in demand, or getting them in as quick as in demand. But in demand's an independent shop. So whereas Smiths is, you'd think it'd be the way around, because Smiths is huge chain everywhere. What's this? I'm the opposite. No, we're interested in dual collecting, but Generations, I want them all. Even just got the TF Powermaster Prime and Optimus Diac, along with I've just right. I think broadcast. Yeah, everybody thinks that broadside needs to be thingy. Yeah, as I say, that's mine. Mine sometimes is really fist, and yeah, Fungboy, it's dwindled a lot recently. I don't know if there's going to be. I think I think that we'll get funnily enough, the damaged Optimus and thingy, because Smiths at the moment do seem to be stocking the Target stuff, which is good. Excuse me. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get them at all. When will they do make the steps going on with all the human vehicles? No idea. If there's a demand, then they will do. If they don't, if there's not a demand, then they won't. Smiths today saw Arachnid and the 4-pack. What is your opinion on the Armada motorcycle guy? I can't remember his name. Is he worth it? Is that? No, that's animated, isn't it? Oh, Sideways. I'm just waiting on the last piece. Beast Walkers complete my Wheels Warriors question. I'm going to try and catch up with this. More. It's just sad that it says there's not much point doing it. The only reason, the only reason I do it, Mad Prime Production, is because I have to go up to the town centre fortnightly. So while I'm up there, I turn it into a bit of a toy hunt. And as you've probably seen, it's dwindled every time I go anyway. What do I think of Sideways? I was surprised with the Sideways. And I'm useless with, and I hold my hand up again, I haven't seen an Armada cartoon. I've not read an Armada comic. And I don't own, maybe I do just by fluke or by default. I was going to say I don't really own any Armada vintage toys. I might, I've now just said that I might have one or two, but what I'm trying to say is I've not gone out my way to buy any. Games going into administration as well, so that's another place that's, yeah, correct, that's stopped selling Transformers in the UK, that is, for us. It's nothing to do with what I believe is GameStop in Canada. It's a completely different company from what I believe. The Seacons got an update, didn't they? The Seacons got that Generation Select version recently. So maybe if they did a mainstream version of that, that would keep people happy. Funnily enough, I brought 3 of them, couldn't be bothered to buy the other 3 and sold the others on because, again, because they were Generation Selects only available in Japan, they were going for ridiculous amounts of money. So I couldn't justify it, and I still can't. Human, do you think they will make that scrap for Brains Lugnut? Yes. Yes, they'll make a lug nut, definitely. I think there's a big. Didn't he win a fan vote? Or did I dream that? Did he win a fan vote, or did I dream that? I'm sure he's won something. I'm sure he's been mentioned a few times. He's a big character, isn't he? What's everyone? That's a good question, Shori. I'll let you guys answer that. Everybody knows mine, and if you don't, it's lucky enough. Monstructor. I want a real one. I don't want the little core class one. I'm completing my G1 and G2 and also the mold used for G1 variants. I'm completing my G1 and G2, also all the mold used for good luck if you do that, because I've been doing it for 25 years and I've still not done it. Like, as I say, I love it, and I don't want to deter anyway, because it's a brilliant journey. It's so fun. But if you've watched my channel, you'll see I've put 3 different versions of Swindle up in the last 3 days. So, yeah, happy hunting. Onslaught's got about 6 versions of him. Do you think we're in the new age version of Combiner Wars, just less things? Whoa, do you think we're in the new age of it? Yes, yes it is. It's just, if you've, come to this, it's a good thing I got the cover issue 1 of the UK comic, Prime and Meg's Under the Tree in 84. Yes, that's it. That's great. That's my memory, Crackles. You remember it. Oh, that's yours as well, Crackles. Wow. Crackles is the same as mine, which is perfect. Although Pete will tell me that it was 85 because Megs wasn't out. And I would love to see a new Thunderwing is the one that I definitely want to see. I was going to reply to somebody a minute ago there. What was he saying? Yeah, everything seems to go on a 10-year cycle. So obviously, exactly that. So obviously we had Thrilling 30, which did all of, it took all the things from Beast Wars, from IDW. I'm going to come to that in a minute. And it put them all in Thrilling 30. And then after Thrilling 30, we had Combiner Wars. So basically, if you look at what we've got now, 10 years later, they did Legacy, which is just a different name for bringing everything together from all the different collections, from everything like that. And then we've got Age of the Primes. So basically, that is, again, it's Combiner Wars, because although they were pretty much all Combiner figures, what's the one I want to, they just keep cycling it. that's why there's, you know, there's classics, then there's so yeah, every 10 years I think is the sort of, because do they class every 10 years as a generation? I know it's a decade, but do they class that as a generation? Hopefully not. But I think that's yeah, that's that's just what I think they're doing. First time Optimus Prime transformed into his truck mode in G1. Mine's always toys. And I admit this a lot on here. It's totally true. Like, I get asked, and you can trip me up, and most people in this chat even know more about me, about the comics, about the cartoons, and especially about a lot of the other fandoms. My interest always was, and it always stemmed from the toys. And that's what's kept me. Oh, yep, sorry guys, spin the wheel. That's what's kept me in the fandom for as long as it has, because I love it. Is it confirmed? Yes, Nexus combines with them all. Right, so channel members, here we go. Here's the wheel. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, you'll see that a lot of the people with the who chat have got the discs at the end of their name, which basically just means that they're channel members. And what I do, just because they support the channel, I chuck in a, what's the word I'm on about? I give them a deluxe figure of their choice if they win this. So here we go. Bush. Let me spin the wheel. There we go. It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. I'll zoom it back in a minute because it doesn't like it on here. It blocks it. There you are. It's stopping. It's stopping. Who's won? Who's won? Aaron's won. Fantastic. Now I know that Aaron is in the chat. Aaron, I owe you a deluxe figure, my friend. Borders, nice to have you on here. Aaron, if you're still in the chat, because you were a minute ago, we'll message out of here and I'll sort something out for you, okay, buddy? That's cool. There you go. It's even better when the people are actually in here. If you're talking toys, my overlord the countdown. Right, let me go back to this. Just so I can get the questions up. Even if folks, Aaron's, yeah, is Aaron still there? He was in the chat a minute ago, which was it because he put sideways up. Borders is in. Have I missed anything else? That Darren, that's a great memory of mine, to be fair, when I first saw Devastator in the cartoon, even though it's only missing a link. I love the fact that you're involved in it, Shorty. As you say, it's crazy because well, Darren was Prime and Megatron, I really had them to miss it. Yeah, to be fair, that's another good point, actually. Perhaps they could have been a bit more battered up. And that's what I was trying to find in the pit. I think Optimus has got just a mark down one of the shoulders, and then obviously just this part, isn't it? I'm sure he's just got a mark there. Aaron, where are you? He'll appear in a minute. If he doesn't, I'll message him. I've got because we've got obviously the private Discord. He's I can message him on there anyway. Ron, where is it? Ron? Is that a joke? Optimus's head damage was accurate. Yeah, I think there could have just been, as you say, more in the body. Even if it was just not a decal, that's the wrong word. Even if it was just, you know, like paint damage or something, rather than, you know, actual damage to the figure. Aaron, did you see you won? You won the wheel, so we'll sort that out. So would you say it's really accurate then, Fung Boy? I haven't studied them. No, maybe they'll get them in at Thingy. But again, so you've got one of this already. You've got the Skybound one with a different arm. You've got the battle damaged one. And I think everybody's already guessing that we're going to get the sleep mode or whatever you want to call him version of Optimus. But as I say, we'll probably then get a Nemesis. We'll probably get a Toxitron. We'll probably get everything else as well. So you never know. In fact, I think we will. I think we'll get them all, if we're being completely honest. Even the Shattered Glass, even though they've only just done, they used it all for the Earthrise mold, didn't they, very recently? My first Transformer I was going in, so it's come but then again, I GoBots 2 is my mom. I don't think anybody did, to be fair. They was Optimus Sleep Mode, the trailer will be a sleep bay. So never glitch, you done mess up. See, that must be something that I haven't got a clue. Is that an American sitcom? Is it something? Because I don't know what it is. Someone explain to me what that is, because I don't know. I know that Duke knew what it was because he laughed earlier. It's something that I don't know. Does anybody know? Good stuff. See, Duke, what is it, matey? Explain to me what this run is. 'Cause I don't know. Enlighten me, as they say. I know you said you fancied G1, but if you had to choose, what's your favourite? Oh, I still like Bayverse figures. Give me a couple of seconds. I'm gonna catch up with these. We played as Bumblebee and Transformers 1. It's a great mould. So if you have one primary collection, it's this as one. Bayverse design, as in a toy that I've owned, or as in like actually an on-screen, um, as I say, as an on-screen character. Because this, I'm not. It's a comedy sketch. The guy that said those lines actually voiced Bumblebee. Why don't I remember what that is then? Because that's I know who that guy is. As I say, he came over here not so long ago. Bayverse, on screen, blackout. Yeah, you just beat me to it. Sure, you just beat me to it. Blackout in that opening scene when he appeared, and the cool thing for me was that's him, Keegan Michael Kay. No, it wasn't Keegan Michael. Keegan Michael Kay was Jazz, wasn't he? I'm sure Keegan Michael Kay was Jazz. Going back to the Bayverse, it was definitely Blackout. Blackout is cool. I even like Brawl, to be fair. I think Brawl was brilliant, and I also that coincided with the fact that I liked the Pete, not good enough. I even I really like Brawl and the toy Brawl, to be fair. Yeah, it was good. But then they went and ruined it 10 minutes later and made Scorponok of Key and Peel. That's okay. I don't know who they are. You see, if I have any Bayverse toys that aren't RC sisters, including Bone Crusher, that battle scene was cool. But Bone Crusher and Optimus on the highway, that battle scene is cool. It still is to this day. I think, and I think a lot of people here will agree with me. I think what it was what's the word I'm after? When they did Bumblebee was good. When they just massacred the Dinobots, for me, I think that was I can't believe that they've gone and got the Dinobots so wrong because it's the Dinobots. They could have made them so. I mean, I'm not saying they had to look exactly like the G1 because none of the figures did, but and I've seen the Titan in, obviously the new one of that, which looks great. Thank you very much for jumping on at Mad Prime Productions. It was great to have you on here. I do these first Saturday of every month, so yeah, thanks for jumping on. What was I saying? Yeah, the Dinobots for me was the like the straw that broke the camel's back, whatever you want to call it, because I just thought, no, you've gone and done the Dinobots dirty. Megatron was pretty. Yes, he was, but it's just Dark of the Moon. Surely, Dark Side of the Moon's an album by Pink Floyd. I really liked the TF1. I thought it was great. Newcomers get a basic. I think TF1's fantastic. It really is fantastic. And it's, as I say, we've discussed this numerous times on this channel and in these live streams, so we won't talk about it too much. The marketing team did that movie wrong. The marketing team did that film very dirty because that's the reason why Pete, and he'll admit it, Pete didn't watch it because he thinks it looked too kiddie. And they did. They showed you the two stupidest bits out of the whole movie. With Bumblebee, trying to appeal to kids, and he didn't need to. Whoa, that was fast. Oh, actually, baby, it's Guzzle Mohawk, KSI Widow too. Oh, of course you got KSI Widow. That's the thingy. Guzzle really counts. He was never in the movie. I love that they made Spinosaurus one. Oh, okay, that's good. I spent your name correctly. It's Toys. No, you had it the first time. It's Toys ARE, Russ. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get sued by the Toys R Us. The Dinobot again. They could have been so much better. The first ad of TF1 was ridiculous. But yes, exactly that. Completely agree. I hated Bumblebee in that movie, but the rest was good. I did like Prime. I didn't mind Rise of the Beast, to be fair. I did not mind Rise of the Beast because what I liked about it was Anthony Ramos wasn't like a whiny teenager, if you know what I mean. I think, to be fair, Cade Yeager wasn't too bad because Cade Yeager's always just too much. Well, Mark Wahlberg is always too much, isn't it? I wish we had a Bayverse Blackout as G1. Blackout in G1 was just wasn't it a Micromaster? I'm sure it was. Same as Barricade. I'm sure Barricade definitely is a little racing car in G1. Blackout, I can't think. But the trailer didn't do TF1 justice. I was hoping it would be a massive hit on rental, but yeah, you're right. It'll be something like that. It'll be a funded thingy. I do prefer Cade over Sam by far, and I don't like Cade. Yeah, there you go, Guzzy. Same as me. Barricade is a Micromaster, yes, but is Blackout one as well? Is no Blackout's? I'm sure Blackout's one of the ones that goes with the with one of the trailers, the Micromaster set. Yeah, is he a car? Are you sure, Fungbar? I thought he was. Although I enjoy the Bayverse movies, I'm not apparently keen on the designs. I'm sure he was one of the things that came with the green and yellow transport. I'm sure he's a jet. I could be wrong. You're normally right, but I'm sure that he was one of them. I know that Barricade is the blue Formula One car, but is I've got my little book down there in front of me. I don't want to get it. When you see how annoying Sam Wiki is, that's what Bay thinks. Correct, and he is. He was too much. He was just far too much. It was the front half of the combining jets. See, I knew he was. Thank you, Pete. I knew it was. I knew it wasn't the. I knew he wasn't a car. It's the combining jet that's with the green and yellow, whatever it is, attack platform thingy, whatever. I can't think what it's called. It was a shame you did not get to see Air Razor transform and say yes. Did it? Did it? I don't want to say yeah. Black as my command. The Fall Guy truck would be interesting to us. Yes, it'd just be into a Bigfoot truck. I love the Age of Extinction and the Last Prime so much. The Age of Extinction and the Last. Did you? The Prime's good, but again, the movie just yes, that's the one I want. The movie just sort of let me down. I'm glad I thought it was. I knew it was a plane, not a car, but it doesn't matter. I think Sam is enjoyable. I also liked him in Indiana Jones. Did you? I think he's really annoying. Anyone? Do you know what? Which I do like the football one, but I don't know when that's coming out. He was too much for me. Shia LaBeouf was always too much. I suppose that's. But again, maybe I'm too old for it. I don't know. But there's again, though. I think what they need to do is what they're doing now. Have a good break from. Do you think they will to follow on with the Transformers? Transformers. I hope not. I hate GI Joe. Everybody knows that, and I know that's a really strong word, but I really don't like GI Joe. So I hope they can. I hope they keep them two franchises and entities completely apart. I don't want them to be anything to do with it. I don't know what it. I just got this real resent against GI Joe, and I remember being BMAC having a chat about it because this ain't the place for me. No, it isn't exactly, Guzzy. That's why I always segue away from it. Just segue straight away from it. Is that the question to GI Joe? Because how dare they? I resented them, and I still resent them now. Because they took up 6 pages of my Transformers G1 comic as a kid. Don't like anything about it. I think also as well, if Michael Scott is asking about why I don't like G.I. Joe, is because it's nothing, G.I. Joe, the all-American hero, doesn't really mean anything to young lads in the UK. It doesn't mean anything at all. And in fact, they changed it. They didn't even call it G.I. They called it Action Force. Last one for me, the best is Optimus Prime and 86. Bumblebee was hinting at Mask, which would be awesome. Mask would be cool. I think Mask is nice. I liked Mask. It was Action Force over here, and it didn't do very well at all. In fact, it just bombed. Will you post? Yes, I will do. Wait. I'm here. Sorry, I'm running a bit late. Emmy the Waffle. Wow, there you go. Nice to have you back on as well. You're the one with the most entertaining questions, which I really like. Yeah, whoever I was chatting to about thingy, G.I. Joe was Action Force in the UK, and seriously, they can't promote G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe when someone's just like someone. It's true, to be fair. I just think it was, as I say, in the UK, it wasn't. It didn't do anything. They tried an Action Force comic, which was all the same. They changed the name. It bombed. It didn't last. The toys didn't do, to my knowledge, that well. But anybody who loves it, I love the fact that you guys love it. Just for me, it's just not, and that's obviously why. That's why we're all different, and that's why it's great. I'd be okay with more TF movies, but then the made like us. What figure do you think gets hate? Wheelie always gets hated way too much for both, for live action movies and for G1. G.I. Joe Street Fighter figures did better, did they? But Street Fighter's pretty cool. The new He-Man, yeah, he's not big enough, is he? I don't think people even know G.I. Joe here in Germany. Do they not? You see, there you go. I think it's a very good, it's a big in America, it's a big American brand, and I think it works well because basically, like I say, it's an all-action hero. Like there's some things, I think the only thing that's came from us over there is obviously James Bond's. I think James Bond seems to be the one. What G1 fig? That's a good question again straight away, and it is Skullgrin. Have you heard anything? No, I don't know anything about the new HasLab. I don't know anything at all. I wish I did, because then I could start saving, see if it was worth it. But yeah, Emmy's question was brilliant. Emmy the Waffles question, and I mentioned this before, and it was same for a lot of people here. All of the Pretenders, I didn't like any of the Pretenders. Again, I resented them. I was like, what is this? This is not a Transformer. And yet now I go back, having watched Super God Master Force, which is fantastic, and yeah, there you go, because he's just said the same thing. And then B, figures like Thunderwing and Crossblades, where you're like, this is really clever. There's loads going on with this. But yeah, Skullgrin for me, well, he's the Jar Jar Binks of the Transformers franchise. They just didn't do enough of it. Remember the JoJo crossover? In the comics, do you mean Fung Boy? Yes, they did. There was four issues that crossed over into the UK comics, and there was even more. They did. It's in the compendiums. Again, I think they did that to try and give it a bit of there you go. See, Pretender. They did it to try and boost G.I. Joe, didn't they? And it didn't work because G.I. Joe had Action Force had a standalone comic, and then they crossed them over. And that was it. Blades was a key character. Yes, he was. Blades was in that crossover a lot, and then Megatron appeared in the Thames, didn't he? And that's why there was two Megatrons in the comics. But anyway, yeah, it just didn't. What's this? I wish to have to go watch his figures, or at least more Seeker. One figure I don't like is that big Japanese. Which one do you mean? Do you mean Super Jinra? Whoa, that went fast. Until I've all the way to Wax Pretenders. Ultra Magnus' birthday episode was good though. What wrecked them for me is that Joe and Comet, their Pretenders were like 80 foot tall. Yeah, and again, we've brought this up loads of times. You know, how can you have they were supposed to be Pretenders. The Decepticons were all monsters that would scare, that they wouldn't blend in anywhere. The Autobots were okay, reasonable, until they went and made a two-headed one. That's not going to blend in anywhere. Double header, brand prior to the completed it. I really like the G2 comics as it was something different for me. I've only read the American ones. I haven't read the UK ones. I know you've done a video on it though. The G2, it was great for me to read them when I did the videos for this channel because I hadn't read them before. I'm thinking of doing something with the Skybounders and actually reviewing them. So what I mean by that is, Rack and Ruins he's one of the wreckers, isn't he? The two-headed wrecker. I'm thinking of doing actual reviews. That's what I was going to say. Darren, you asked about the comics. Are you on about me putting more Skybound covers up? Is that what you were asking for? Because to be fair, I do need to do a few more of them, especially because I've brought so many of them at the same time. Comics under the 5 G2 as a kid, and I thought it was weird. I basically didn't get it. Yeah, I'm Guzzy. I'm the same. I looked at it and I thought, well, no, I'm not really bothered. But I read all the US ones. I haven't read the UK ones. What I'd love to do is come back as Visionaries of Mask. That was the twins with the two heads. Yes. Who is the character you wished never existed? Wow. Okay, I'll do some for you, Darren. See, Emmy's questions are ridiculously good. Who's the character? Oh, there you go. That's an easy one. I've just Sam Witwicky from the movies. He should never have existed. Skybound, the one that is so versus stacking crates. Love that guy. Double header. It sounds like yes. Do you know what, Pete? They've took that video down a couple of times for that reason. I think that's why they do take it down when I put it up. Visionaries were brilliant. I was never a fan of much. The Thundercats was in Grimlock season 3. Good shout, Russ. Yes, he should. Oh, Grimlock season 3 shouldn't have existed. Oh, why is that, Darren? That's interesting. There's people drifting in and out. We've lost about 10, 15 people. I don't know why. Oh well, we'll just keep chatting. I've always hated Starscream for G when I was happy when Galvatron obliterated him. Master Universe is great. Grimlock was comical in season 3. See, I need to go back and watch them all again. But again, it's having time to go back and watch so many cartoons. It was season 3 which had the Carnage in C minor episode, because that's hysterical. I've seen that loads of times, but that was because that's one of my little boy's favourites as well. Grimlock King, not Daniel's babysitter. There you go. See, so again, you guys, as I said, you can outquote me in the comics and in the cartoons. I'm watching The Man again because of the film. Oh, He-Man again. One thing I'm surprised as Hasbro's brought back and incorporated into classified brand is the Centurions. Who did the Centurions recently? Was it Ramen Toys? Did Ramen Toys do them? Somebody did them recently, didn't they? I can't think who it was. I never had blurry either. I think it was called the character. Right to say that it's Transformers fan. I don't know what he said. Who's a great character that you believe has been slowly ruined over time? Do you know what? So I'm the same as you, Emmy. I'm the same as you. Bumblebee's been ruined. Ramen Toys. Ah, well done, Borders. You got them as well. I have one Matthew's shelf. I agree. They really pooped on Grimlock in the G1 season of Reissues and the Decepticon. Yeah, it was right. I remember seeing them. I remember they were all pretty much the rage when they were coming out. And I remember watching them as a kid, and I loved that cartoon as well. But I never brought any of the toys as a kid. The Beast Formers, no, I haven't got any of them. That's something that I haven't gone into yet. The Japanese stuff, I need to have a look more at them. As I say, I've only just gone onto Magmatron and Big Convoy, really. And that's because this guy's ridiculous. I have all the vintage Centurions, love them in the cartoon. Again, I had to get him out and have a play around with him because the new ones come out. And again, just really enjoyed having a muck around with this. It was funny. I just wish I had more spare time. I really do, to watch cartoons, to play with the toys, to have a muck around, to you know, it's just got that really weird vintage sort of smell to it. It's quite not overpowering, but I can smell it. If they're going to make 8x6, yes, they will do. I have Ultra Mammoth. It's a cracking mold. Galvatron's voice in season 3. Leonard Nimoy's acting in the movie. Would have loved they kept his voice. Yeah, that would have been good, wasn't it? Leonard Nimoy was, and still is. I know I've just said that he's probably gone. I agree. The fact that's talking about Blair was. It never really bothered me. I loved his toy because it was so different. It was so out there. Yeah. Sorry, did not complete my last. I was meant to say Grimlock had the Decepticons on running like scared, like. Excuse me. What are they talking about? If fast talking, acts plot value we're fine, but he does repeat. I just realised what Guzzy said. It's always interesting to see which people, you know, like I would class him as pretty much a main character, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that they dislike him. So that's interesting to see. I thought he'd gone. So that's a shame. But yeah, I imagine he would have just cost way too much. If it ever be made again, you can only say which design you pick. Okay, this one. Because it's still Star Convoy. Because I love it. Because it's just a big plastic brick with a lot of fun. More than... But if it wasn't allowed to be him... Thank you for jumping in, Borders. Again, if you haven't checked out Borders' channel, guys, please do check out him. He puts up daily shorts to keep you guys updated with the news as well. So please check him out if you haven't. Crocodile up. That's a good one, Guzzy. Guzzy's coming out with the good answers tonight as well. So there we go. I told Guzzy, if you Emmy the Waffles, just the best questions ever. They really are. That's Borders. T-Rex Optimus. Dude, I'm trying to think which T-Rex Optimus. T-Rex. Thank you for the plug, Russ. Any sport welcome, guys. Pleasure, pal. Pleasure, pal. Bat Optimus, of course. Megatron was the crocodile. G2 Laser's pretty cool. I'm having a look around now. To be fair, I like Fall of Cybertron. Not the new War for Cybertron, the Fall of Cybertron one from the game that I've not played, but the That's a brilliant one, Soundwave. Laser Rod in character, but it was gone by the time I actually wanted it. It really didn't bother me as much as Warpath and Sea Spray did. See, that's really weird. I can't think why Warpath would annoy you, but again, your knowledge of the cartoons is better than me. T-Rex Optimus was in Rescue Bots, yes. He turned into a T-Rex. I haven't seen any Rescue Bots in ages, ever since my kids have grown up, but I've had a muck around with some of the figures. Other Optimus Primes, I like the Fall of Cybertron one. I like that mould. I'm still yet to give this guy, and I know you guys have given me loads of abuse, and you keep telling me that I need to play with him, and I keep to, I need to get Magnus out of his box and actually combine him with this, because I still not done it. But like I've just said, I just need time. It's such a shame. I've got a HasLab sitting in a box. I'm going to make Rescue Bots high tide. I am probably would think so. Did Merman and He-Man, Warpath and Sea Spray were voiced by Skeletor. See, the stuff that you guys know is incredible. I love it doing these because I learn so much from you guys. Never mind what people learn from me. I learn more from you. Pete, I'm going to beat you to it. Look, 40 people in the thing, only 25 likes. Please hit that like button and do the hype, whatever the hype is. Keep doing hype. Don't show me that figure every time I say that. I probably should have. Right, Shuri, if you want, I'll sell you the original soon, because I'm not too fussed on the original, but I've got the original as well. So if you're after one, the only thing that makes me sad about the HasLab made price because we won't get a splendid convoy name. See, I've got. I don't know if you really want one, or if that's why you get sad, but I'll sell you the original one if you want. When I eventually get round to doing the review, that's why it's still sitting here on this shelf. Did not know that. Who's an amazing character with a horrible design, and how would you fix it? Who's an amazing character with a horrible design? So they were a good character but a rubbish toy. Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Just clarify that question. Emmy the Waffle. Do you mean rubbish toy but great character? And I hated it. Oh yeah, that's okay then. So you don't want it. I can stick it on eBay then. I think that, because I think again that could be a very good question. Oh, everybody's 100% in now. I can see it. That's good. Amazing character and horrible design. I'm just trying to think of something. Okay, yes, horrible toy but great character. Okay, I'm going to go with. I'm looking at G1 Rodimus Prime. Now, I'm not saying that his character was amazing, but I think for a leader toy, yes, I'll agree with them straight away. But again, it's different because I look at them differently now. Now I know what they are. But I think G1 Rodimus, considering he was the leader for season 3 and 4, as we're talking about, to go from Optimus Prime to that, which, after Magnus was amazing. So you've gone from Optimus, stepped it up a gear to Magnus, and then you drop down to that. Yeah, that to me could have perhaps, I'm sure you get what I'm saying with that. They could have done something slightly better. The ultimate amazing character with horrible toy design. T.I. I don't know what that is. T.A.I. Wish the Insecticons got better at their exactly. The things that's the same with Ironhide and Ratchet. I'm not gonna go mad. Not mad. I'm not gonna say them because of who they were. They were very they weren't. I wouldn't say they were confusing. It was like, maybe it was confusing actually. It was like, I don't get this. Especially considering, obviously, no, the box even had the head just through the window, didn't it? Yeah. I didn't have them as a kid. I knew friends who had them. Probably the reason I didn't have them as a kid because exactly that, because I looked at them and thought, well, I don't like this. It's weird, as I say, you look back now, and now I love it because it's just an exosuit, isn't it? Which we know, and again, and it did. They came out before Aliens, so yeah, definitely. No head. It would have made more sense to kill off Optimus and resurrect him as Ultra Magnus. That's also true. I hated Blaster after the diecast is plastic. That's a good one, actually, Crackles. And also, his toy was ginormous, so it didn't fit him with anything either. Is the human-looking computer from RID. See, yeah, not watched them. See? not watched any RID. I agree with that, Pete. Yeah, Blaster was too big. I know obviously scale didn't matter in the old things, but he was huge. What's it be? Oh, alt beast mode. I'm going to go with a beast rather than a vehicle because although saying that, Optimus as a jet would be quite interesting just to see what they could do. But if it was a beast, it's got to be like a dinosaur, like Megatron's obviously a Tyrannosaurus. I would like to see Optimus as an Ankylosaurus or a Dimetrodon because I just think it'd be cool. Either one of them two. Prime Arachnid, Soundwave's communication heading off. See you later, Soundwave. Take care, matey. Star Saber is Optimus as a jet. Toys R Us. Is Star Saber Optimus? That's not Optimus though, is it? It's Star Saber, or is there something massive that I don't know? Never had a G1 Iron Black Shy. So yeah, I'm going with Dimetrodon or Ankylosaurus because I think that'd be interesting. I'm very fond of Mantis. I'd love an Optimus Mantis. Ah, that's a good one. Depth Charge would have been a good mould for Optimus maybe because that's a huge toy as well, isn't it? Because you just gave me that idea there, Guzzy. I'm very fun. But he's weird. It's weird that he's always got to be a truck, isn't it? He's always got to be a truck. Whereas Megatron obviously is not. Now, I know there's a GoBot submarine, but I don't know if there is. There is in the movies. There's definitely a movie toy. I've said that. I'm sure there is. See, where's Brandon when you need him? Where's Bayverse Brandon, who will tell us straight away if there is a submarine, which I'm sure there is. That went fast. Concept of Star Space with a jet splitting in small jet and going to bigger bot. I have both the Ankylosaur and Dimitri right down there. Pete, there you go, you see. I know, I suppose, what you're trying to say, Fungboy, that like he's the leader and he's a jet. I actually might have had a better chance on the shuttle battle scene and the battle platforms. With so many Transformers in your collection, I get asked that all the time, to be honest, Quentin. I get asked that all the time. There's just no... I don't think it's as easy as what people think. And I can tell you two reasons why. Because I've suggested and offered... I never knew about that mini con. He's cool looking. Yes, there's something transformed there last night. Ah, there you go. I suggested there's a big. I don't know if you live in the UK or not, but I don't know if you've heard of TF Nation, which is the biggest Transformers convention in the UK. And I suggested if they would be interested or if we could make it work, me taking the G1 stuff down and doing a display with regards to that. But it's just the logistics of it all, how to do it, the insurance of it all would be insane. Somebody'd have to guard it. I don't think they'd have correct like display cabinets even, that they wouldn't even be able to set it up. So I think like for me to set it up as something myself, I think it'd just be too difficult, to be fair. I think what I need to do and what I'm trying to do, I don't know how new you are to the channel or not, but I've sold a load of Bayverse figures. I'm currently selling a load of Chug figures as well, because what I want to do is I'll keep some Chug, and because they just keep updating them, I'll just keep updating them again. But what I really want to be able to do is just make everything around me in this room, I want it to just be G1 and just as many with it on display as much as I can see, because I know it seems silly and I don't want to sound like a big-headed idiot either, but like I love the boxes and I've got so many brilliant, thanks Chucky, I've got so many boxes and I love the box art. I want to see it. So although I'm very, very fortunate, but again I've had them for 20 plus years, so they cost cheap as chips. They were nothing at all. So I've got loads of box figures, but they're all just stacked up on top of each other. I want to see them. So it's something to think about, but I just don't think it'd ever be feasible, to be fair. Even, as I say, even though I've offered to work with a giant convention to see if we can even do it. If there is best person figure, yes, I reckon they will do one, I really do. I'm not saying that it's 100%, but I think they will do, because it's a toy and it's a great opportunity for them to make some money. Both everybody, Battersea, Hasbro, everything. Thank you. Oh wow, that's amazing. I didn't start it in 2019, so that's amazing. I wasn't even going then, so um, yeah, I didn't start until March 2020. And the reason why I know is because I got a message last week saying my thingy's coming up, my birthday's coming up. But if you've been there from the start, then that's really nice. Thank you. I'd buy that Titan. Yeah, people will buy it. Yeah, my very first video was just a 5 second one at the end of July 2020, I think, which was a test. I found during lockdown and we were all going loopy. Yeah, that's when I started it. I started it in lockdown for that reason. Where it's yeah, the problem is I've got some really nice vintage merch, but I don't know where to put it all. I'm lucky enough to have all the G1 comics. I've got a few of the specials. I've got the annuals. I did take Evan to Battersea and I took Emily there as well. That's cool. I'm glad that you've been here for such a long time. So it's nice, and it's nice that yeah, I appreciate it very much do. Um, I've got loads of merch, but again, I've got nowhere to posters, comics, um, colouring books. Do you know, remember them books where you had a choice where you could choose which way you wanted to go? Um, who's the G2 character that you believe everyone hates but you love? Oh, I'll come to that in a minute. That's a good one. Yeah, so just gone back to Pete. So I knew, again, we kept it secret for obvious reasons because I didn't want everybody to know just in case. So yeah, I took him, and you've probably seen Emily Bader. She pops up in a few of the live streams as well. She mainly does Ghostbusters and G.I. Joe, I think, actually, but she covers everything. So I took her and Evan there, and they were blown away. They were just completely blown away. Their impression of what they thought it would be like was just a little pop-up store on like the middle of a high street or whatever. Um, and yeah, that was, they couldn't believe it, to be fair. I'm gonna need to go to Emmy's question, which was a good one. And the good thing is now, I don't know if you've noticed, because it's last question. Do you think we are going to get Sissy's movies Reflector and Rewind? I believe so. Yes. Unicron, no, I can't see Unicron. I just can't see. I just can't see another Unicron, because if they do, then what they're going to do? They've already said they'll never use the HasLabs are individual, so they said that they'd never do, because it defeats the object of being a HasLab. You've just already beat me to that. I was coming to that in a second, Guzzy, but thank you. So yeah, because we're getting that, we will get another. I have the bed sheets and pillowcases, but I've just read Crackle's thing. Missing link Unicron cough. Yes, they'll do the reflector. They'll do the cone heads. I do remember finding your channel during the near end of COVID times. That's it. That's when most people did. To be fair, that's because I was, and this is what people ask me. People have said, "How come that my channel's grown quite fast?" But I think it's growing fast because I was doing a video every day. I was just putting them out, putting them out, putting them out, putting them out. So that's why I think it grew. And because I was reviewing everything from Bayverse to G1 to new stuff, I wanted it to appeal to everybody, and I was lucky that it did. And it's weird because you can still see on my videos that, you know, because my subscriber numbers to my actual views is really low, which is weird. But that's because, and this is other people's what they've said, not what I've said, but it makes sense, is that I've spread myself too thin. Like, I know that Pete, who's in one of the chats now, like, hates the Bayverse figure, so he probably wouldn't watch a review of a Bayverse figure, and so on and so forth. There's too many things. If I remember, I'm sure Evan mentioned it. You know, there's too much. There's too many things out there. Use the mold of the Soccer Optimus primary tool here. Oh, for Unicron you're talking about now. They will do the head of Unicron. Sure to get out of here. Not sure if it's G1, G.I. Joe, but they're releasing a cut down version of their HasLab His Tank. Are they? I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I can admit I can't watch every video and often don't get notifications thanks to YouTube. That's very nice of you to say, Guzzy. I appreciate that. I love it when people just, again, who've been around for such a long time and do you know, who are still around. You know, you've just said, Guz, I know you are, obviously. Whoever's just gone from up there. There's a few people in this chat who've been around with me for ages, so it's nice. Paul, no worries at all, mate. I hope you're doing well. Because it sounds cliche and it sounds cheesy, but I do say this. It's for you guys. It started off, for those of you who don't know, it started off for you guys because it was in lockdown, and I think because again the figures behind me and some of the figures on the shelves, you look after yourself, Paul. People would just request if you got this figure, and I'd say yes, and they'd want me to do a video on it, and that's how it started, and that's how it's gone on and on and on. Because and then people used to mention the fact that that was the first time they'd seen it in a video. They've only ever seen pictures of it, so I just carried on doing it, and that's what I keep doing now. Although at the moment I'm mainly doing more news videos, but that's just I keep. I'm really tired all the time. Really tired. I need to do. I've been meaning to do. Here we are. That's it. I'm sure. Is that a fembot as well, Guzzy? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Nautica. Is she a fembot? I missed the carpeted stairs. Yeah, that's my middle child's bedroom now. So yeah, she has that room. And again, obviously, since since I've been doing the channel, my family's grown exponentially. So yeah, I keep meaning to do Nautica, but I haven't got around to doing her yet. I'll do her tomorrow, actually. I will do Nautica tomorrow and get her up and done. Because again, people are like, have you got her? I'm like, yes. So I'll do a video on Nautica tomorrow. And in fact, I'll dedicate it to Guzzy because he loves his fembots. Yeah, that's why it started. And then I started doing things like reference things like if you're going to buy this figure, you need to look out for this. If you need to look out for that, this is the accessories, all that sort of stuff. And I just made it accessible, and it's just done what it's done. That unicorn looks worse than the hideous. I hope whoever came up with it originally was fired. Yeah, but it was years ago, Pete. You can't be mad at somebody for doing something 40 years ago. And you can see, and obviously that's why it never came to any fruition, because it was terrible. Out of all the old things in your collection, what's the most valuable and least valuable thing you have? I'm curious to hear people. So the good question, the answer to that is, and this isn't a cop-out, the answer to that question, Emmy, is it's circumstantial. It depends where you are in the world. So obviously, like the Japanese stuff in the UK is very expensive, and so on and so forth. But the European stuff's really expensive in America. Obviously, Black Zarek's expensive. The big powered gift set's expensive. But I would probably say, if I was to probably sell everything right now, I think the piece that would get the most would be my unused Goodbye Megatron set or Goodbye Convoy. But then again, I've got an 85 AFA 85 gold box sealed Optimus Prime, so that's probably up there as well. But the least ones would be something like, there's a Bumblebee on the shelf over there with no tires, which has just been sitting around for ages. But again, it's also it's all circumstantial because certain things are worth more in other countries. You kept that Devastator still in the original packaging. Yes, I've not opened that at all, to be fair. Big Power be one of the most valuable, I'm sure. I don't buy Missing Link, all that articulation puts me off. Yeah, I do hope that Hasbro do make awards using... They said they were going to do that. Oh, Pete, that's... big. That is big powered. That is big powered. That is the gift set. I had to do... I worked an extra 12 weekends, and I sold a huge portion of my Bayverse figures to fund Big Powered, and I paid it off over 8 months with Chuck. What's SMGF Minerva mean? SGMF Minerva. I spent 500 quid on Encore Megatron. 500 quid on Encore Megatron. Wow. I don't want to disclose mine, but again, it did take me. It was, if you ever got a hold of the Master Force bracelets, do you know what? There's some things that I looked at and I got in from Chuck, and I nearly brought them back when I used to go on Joust and Bai, which is the Japanese what's the word I'm on about? Auction sites. Them bracelets were like 20 quid. And I just was like, well, why do I want them? Why do I want them? Oh, Super God Master Force, of course. I'm like, why do I want them? Why do I want them? And then and now I actually want them, and they're like stupid price. They're like 400-500, so I'm not interested. Complete vintage G1 Jetfire and Shockwave figures. I see a lot of them. It's weird. A lot of my stuff goes about £600. So it's £2,000 now. Fung Boy, they go for £2,000 plus. For a complete big powered set in a box, in a nice box, is 2K plus. So yeah, they go for quite a bit. I hope they do a new Nightbird. That's a great one actually. Good shout. We do need an updated Nightbird, to be fair, because there was the very, very rare Siege version of it, wasn't it? And that was what, 8 years ago now, maybe more. Near enough. Can't think. When was Siege? Was it 18 or 19 Siege? I can't think. But anyway, that we haven't had a Nightbird, and that was so hard to get hold of. But again, a lot of my figures I got when they, like I just said, the Master Force bracelets, I could have got them for like 10-15 quid when I was on Joust and never did. I mean, all I want is a nice torso to combine was Rook, Blast Off and Plane Off, Roll Off with. Michael Scott, they will just retool Nightbird with the RC mould, and they were all sealed. I think I suppose, yeah, another one of my rare figures is Shining Magnus, but that was sealed and I opened that. I opened that to do a video because I wanted to, and the Shattered Glass, Soundwave and Blaster set from the e-hobby, I opened that as well. I used to do a silly thing where I used to think, when I was doing videos, and it was like, if it's a reissue or if it's new, and I'll open it, but I didn't, and I haven't opened that Devastator set yet, so I'm holding off on that, even though I want to. But if I can find a loose one, then I'll sell the sealed one. In fact, I'm already trying to sell the sealed one so I can buy a loose one, because then I can play around with it. Because again, I want to play with it. It's a toy. But yeah, I can't believe you sold that mail away Megatron in the plain cardboard box. To be fair, I'll be totally honest with you about that. Siege was 20. See, it was 2018. Wow, it is 8 years ago. The person who I brought it, the person who I brought it from just got the worst seller's regret, to the point, and you know, he just really, oh, you've been on Chuck's website, he just really wanted it back, and it was getting to the point where he was mega upset, and he was messaging me all the time, and I was just like, I feel your pain. I'm going to do the right thing, and I didn't let him buy it back from what I paid for it. So that's why that one's gone, to be fair. What's this? It was December 18th, in the UK. I got Skytrade on December the 27th. That was the reason why I did that. See, I mean, I as I say to everybody, I'm a collector at heart, and that's why I tend not to sell too many things. I know that I'd get collector's regret. I know that I'd be like, oh, I need it back. Or I wouldn't, because I wouldn't ask. But like this particular person did, constantly. So I gave it him back. Yeah, it's not even complete, is it? He's not even got it. My grant, I still need to get a spinner, to be fair. But again, I can't justify paying that. Truck's prices have been nuts for ages, but he sources them. He sources them, and again, since they've put all the new taxes to get stuff into the UK, it makes it even more expensive. So that's why I've not brought anything from the Japanese websites in ages, because I want to update my Minerva as well. I want to update my Minerva. There's a couple of others I've looked at and I think, right, I need a better version of this. So I'll probably go back on them soon, but at the moment, you've probably noticed, I don't think I've brought anything. Haven't really brought anything stand out in a long time, to be fair. What character has never had a toy would you like to see get one for me? I think it's yes, the original and one repro here. I think, yeah, the Guardian from the early comics. No, Centurion, whatever it is, from the early comics, in the Dinobot ones. I must have you must have to go to Japan and get them if you can. Yeah, exactly, Fungboy. I think that's. But even in the shop, Mandarake's got a shop, hasn't it? They're really expensive in there now. Everything's really expensive. Because Guardian, Centurion, yeah, That's the one I mean, because Guardian's got a toy, hasn't he? Guardian's the blue and white Omega Supreme. Was the Pro Morris? That was later. Guardian is the one Ravage fought. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Whichever it is, anyhow, that one. We never had a Straxus or Dark Mount, but we'd love one. Well, we've got Straxus now, haven't we? So, what character has never had a toy? Would you like to see get one? Auntie was just the computer, wasn't it? In the 50 in the United States. What's that? B50. We got them both in T30. Guardian was the gold robot. That's the one I'm thinking of. The one who was in the comics, Guardian. He was supposed to guard the Ark, and didn't he have a malfunction or something? Printed figure. He's pretty cool. I have it in deluxe scale. I think it was Sam. I'm sure that was him anyway. I can't think. But, you know, there's the really obvious ones as well, like, what's he called? What was the rarest toy you had as a kid? Mine was Energon Ultra Magnus. I'll come to that in a minute. Here we go. What's it? Guardian was Auntie's protector on the Ark. Very I can get the Covenant of Primus. The Covenant of Prime, I've been after that book for ages. It just sells for insane amounts of money, Graham. It's like, it's £400-500. I've been after that for ages and I just cannot justify that at all. The Skybound Till All Are One compendium are, you can get them anywhere, to be fair, but you're on about all the 4 books, or you're on about the big thick book that I got the other day, because there's too much. Scrounge is the really obvious one. They never got a toy. Tim Berry's nailed it. Scrounge is the really, because I think everything else since has. Straxus has had a figure, etc., etc. Roadbusters, obviously. Robot Buster. Oh, that was the bloke, wasn't it? Robot Buster. Oh, was he Robot Buster or Robot Master? I'm getting mixed up now. There was one Cosmos redeco with the Technobots and Combinables. Yeah, that was again just a redeco, wasn't it? That was just yeah, exactly that. But I think he needs a proper figure, a standalone one, doesn't he? Everybody's asked for him loads of times. Kranix, has Kranix had one? Which is the one? There's a couple of characters in the movie who haven't had figures. Oh no, Kranix was in the Pit of Judgment, wasn't he? Am I getting confused? Because I had the Pit of Judgment and I sold it because I didn't open it. It could be something, one of them. Can't think. Kranix is coming soon. Kranix has a figure. Yes, he did have a the Pit of Judgment. Buster is an Exos. I can't remember. I've only just read them. Why can't I remember? Again, too many. Too many. I can't think of anything else. I'm trying to think of all the extra, you know, characters that were just in the comics that never got. Spanner was one, yep. And it's I think, to be fair, no, Circuit Breaker was the lady, wasn't it? Ray's Toys and Collectibles. I'm great. Thank you for jumping in. Graham, I would say just leave them alone, mate. I would say, because you missed the pre-orders on them. They if you'd have got the pre-orders and if you'd have done the Kickstarter, you'd have got them quite cheap. But yeah, they're stupid prices now. I wouldn't even look, especially when you can buy the the normal compendiums from everywhere. But I suppose keep your eye on eBay, but I wouldn't at the moment because everybody's just cashing in. Maybe wait a few years when people can't be bothered. Early issues of the UK Ghostbusters Nexus suit, and it was called Robot. I must have seen that then. I must have read that, Peter. I don't know why I'm having a complete memory blank. Circuit Breaker, I remember, obviously, was the girl who got injured on. Was it Black Rock's ship she got injured in, or before that? Yeah, honestly, mate, you'll spend a fortune, and it's if you got the comics already, because the normal compendiums are great. The normal compendiums are fine. If you just, it depends what you want them for. If you want them to read or whatever, then. But I agree they look nice, but I couldn't again justify how much they were when they were going out, especially considering. In fact, I'd probably recommend you to get. She was GB Blackrock secretary or something. Yeah, she was. I think she was on his ship when she got injured. I think it was Shockwave who did it to her. I'm sure it was Shockwave who blew up the ship, and that's how she became. Was her name Josie? Her name was Josie, wasn't it? And that's how she became Circuit Breaker. See, I do remember something. What was I on about them? get the Hachette part works. He fought friends in the comic. I remember him. I remember that. Yes, it was on the cover. I definitely remember that now. As soon as I can see the cover because he did fight Frenzy. Going back to what Graham said, yeah, get the Hachette part works. They're way better. They've got everything, and they're cheaper than the thingies are now. I know. Keep your eye out for them because they're all G1, all G2, all IDW, all everything. Tim Bennett, let's talk of comics to make one to read. Obviously, the comic stories, Prowl's death in the movie hit hard. Yeah, Tim, I got the comics. There you are. Pete's even got the numbers. I for this channel because I was putting the comics up. I actually went back and read them all, and it was so good to actually go back and read them all. It was great. Because you forget the things, as you say, that happened in it. I completely forgot that it was Josie, see? I completely forgot that, obviously, Thunder Wing held the Matrix, which is crazy, and a lot of people don't know that either, because, obviously, Decepticon holding the Matrix, etc. I think that was called Matrix Quest, actually. Are they even still available? So they're on eBay, and they're much cheaper, my friend. They're on eBay, and they're much cheaper. But yeah, they're way better. And there's 100 of them, so and they make a brilliant mural on the wall as well. Whoa, what happened then? Look for more train characters we get. There's Astro Train, and he's always a target. Yeah, Astro Train's getting. I don't know if it's a reissue, but he's getting an '86 release, so I don't know if it's a reissue. Or everybody wants a new mold. Excuse me, me included. That was crossing fingers, by the way. Yeah, the Pit of Judgment. I managed to find one at a pretty good price, but then I just sold it on because I wasn't going to open it. And I wished I sort of had now, but again, I'd already run out of space by the time that had proper come out. The Evil seems to have inspired Liege Maximo's features. I think so. I think you're right, Phoneboy. That's where it's come from. But I'll be kicking myself now when they do release the Kranix, and I haven't got that figure to do a comparison with. I hope the orange-faced clown gets thrown out, so toy price in the US can go down. I think they've just gone up anywhere, to be fair. Tyrium Vorate. I don't know even know who that is, Guzzy. See? It'll be the Quintons will be sold in S. Line. Evan has already said yes. They will do. They'll get around to doing them all. They don't need to do Nor anymore, obviously. That's a shelf warmer. It's surprising how much of a shelf warmer 86 Nor is, to be fair. Yeah, I think you could buy a case of 4 of them from In Demand for like 25 quid not so long ago. It was crazy how cheap they went. I just love the pit set, so when that Kranix does come out, I will compare the two. That's good. I say mine was sealed, and I was at that point where it's like, it's not worth it now. If I find a loose one, then I will do. Another set of books that I would not get my hands on are the Dreamwave Bio books, that the digital versions. I think they're in the Hachette stuff, Graham. Seriously, have a Google of what's actually in the Hachette, because there's everything. It was 3 characters: Octus, Legionist, and Caesar. They ran the gladiator pits. Is that the one where Ultra Magnus fights the that big reptile thing? The clearance of the Sharkticons In Demand was silly. Like, yeah, literally, it went really cheap. I think, Guzzy, was that the one where there's the Lizard of Thought? Ultra Magnus, didn't he fight somebody in the pits there? Is that them? I think it is. I can't remember. Again, too much to try and remember. And as an army builder, I would have a thought that it would have sold loads. Am I right in saying you have a graded landfill? Me? I don't know. I can't remember. I've got one on a backing card, but that's sellotaped on. I don't know. That's awful, isn't it? That's again another reason why I need to get everything out so I can see. I don't think it's graded. Now you've said that, I need to look. I'll have a proper look in a minute. I don't think it's graded. It was like £25. Exactly, the Sharkticons were, but they didn't sell. And as you say, you'd expect people to buy multiples of them to do exactly that, for displays, to build battle scenes, etc. I missed the first owners. What's your thoughts? I like Cyberworld. It's fun. I think you just got to take it for what it is. I think I like the fact that they're bite size. I like the fact that you can just get the episode done in 6 or 7 minutes. I'm a couple behind. If I'm being honest though, they do some silly little things that drive me mad. That it's not as bad as Bayverse, but I'm just looking around on the floor for where's he gone? for their Mirage, which is like Starscream, it's just a jet, so I don't get that. I don't get why toy companies have to do that. Where's it gone? Where's my Mirage gone? I'm gonna find it. I don't know where it is. There you go, I can't. But yeah, but I love the fact that there's loads of nods to. I can't find it anywhere. But there's loads of nods to other things and loads of Easter eggs put in it. And on the other plus note, the voice actors are all lovely, and I've met them a couple of times now. So, and they're genuine fans as well, which is great. But I can't wait for well, in fact, they've confirmed, haven't they? That's something we haven't talked about yet. We haven't talked about on this, which the fact that obviously they're going to be doing Skybound cartoons. Now, that is something that I'm looking forward to massively, massively looking forward to them because I love the Skybound comic and I love Void Rivals as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with them. That I think has the potential to be an incredible cartoon, but the problem they're gonna have is they're gonna bring G.I. Joe into it, and that will drive me mad. But as long as it's not too much of them, if they keep it mainly Transformers with Void Rivals, I'll be very, very happy. Ooh, that's a great question. Where are we gone? It's almost crazy in Japanese. I thought the Reissues was a little too big. Just got one already this morning. Anymore. I tried to buy more tie and just return. Right, Emmy's question is brilliant. Where's it gone? I can't remember because I've gone through so many cycles. I think when I was a child, it would have definitely been one of the headmasters with some birthday money, first time round, but I can't remember which one. Because again, I think I had some birthday money and it would have been, actually, I'm telling a fib. I think it was a set of Micromasters, but I'm talking first time round. That was the first time round. When I started recollecting again, it was a really obvious. In fact, did I get Optimus or did I get Starscream first? But I can tell you the one that I was most pleased with, two I was most pleased to get. And we're going back to the very early 2000s. One of them was Swoop, because of course he was never out in the UK and I'd never even seen one. So when I came to, how can you hate G.I. Joe and like all the modern, the G1's brilliant. It's not nonsense. Anyway, I'll come back to that. So yeah, Swoop and Devastator. They are I brought them in the early 2000s with my own money and I've just got real good, nice memories of being able to get them and find them. Do you not like Skybound either, Pete? I'm going to have to shout at you. Because if you don't like Skybound either, going back on what you said about I need two more of him and two more Swoops from the 86 line engine. I think we'll get an updated one of the Quintesson Court. Have you got the original already? They had loads. There was QC issues there, wasn't there? You had to file it down. Mine, had them issues where I couldn't do something with the heads, and I know I had to change it around and mix it about quite a bit. I can't think exactly. I think IDW Phase 2, 3 the best media has ever had. I don't know if that's serious now because you put a laughing face on it or not. I know I need to read everything about the DJD. Have the Super Go to destroy the tank and Psychic Future Machine card. I don't know if anybody had that. I didn't have that. I know I need to. G1 ended in 1992. No, it didn't. I didn't buy those. Those are still expensive. I have to mark it down. My brother. Yes, the Titans Return Sharkies. That was a great little figure. That really was a great little figure because it's, as you say, nice and small. What was the whale mode Shockwave hoax? It's definitely going to happen. It's a fan vote thing. When it's out, I don't know. Usually, the reason for that, Quinton, is because it takes 2 years to make a toy. So they've obviously got they know what it's going to be. They've drawn up the things. I don't think we'll hear anything more until this time next year. To be honest, I just think maybe they'll just say yes, we're still doing it, but it won't be on the shelves this year. You'd be lucky if it'll be on the shelves summer next year. I think. Let's be honest. I don't, again, no idea on the size, no idea on the scale, but the alternate mode's a whale, so you've got to think it's got to be at least Voyager. Did they? Oh, there you go. But if they've already used thingies, If they've used Skybite already, then they've got a mold, so they've retooled it. So I stand corrected. If it's a retool, it's much faster because obviously it's already there. The first fembot I got, ironically enough, would have been Minerva. Um, but saying that, and I'm not into, people can be what they want to be. I'm more than happy for everybody to be exactly what they want to be, but I don't understand why Cindersaw, I found out now is a fembot. So Cindersaw, because I had that figure as a G1. So yeah, but that's because they all of it. I don't know why they changed it, but Cindersaw when I was a kid was always like just a male robot, whereas now he's not. It's she, but so it looks like it would be her. My first film, I don't know. I have nearly 490, but as I say, there's. I don't know why they don't need to. In my eyes, they're all robots, so that's all I look at, and I think even Simon Furman says that. Simon Furman's like, well, they're robots, so it's just a robot. But anyway, that's a good question. I wish I still had to Power Master Prime my first Optimus. The good thing though, Darren, is, and I know obviously you're not flush with cash, the Power Master Optimus Primes are everywhere and they are so cheap. So when you do have a little bit of a spare, you will not struggle in any way, shape, or form to get a Power Master Optimus Prime. I would love to see more new fembots and new versions of the originals. I absolutely love my Studio Series TF1 Elite 1. There's Darren, I don't know if you know him. There's a guy in the UK who's got a shop called the Space Bridge. And he literally, this isn't going to help you because you want one, so I apologize. He tells many stories where he just literally spins them, just literally skips them, completely skips them, doesn't even bother. If he buys a collection, and 90% of the time he just bins them now. Yeah, which is bad. I think he said he's got a video of something where like he filled a wheelie bin full of them. Um, it's somebody's already mentioned that, Quentin. Somebody put He-Man should be bigger. He-Man, he doesn't have to be like vintage Arnie size. He doesn't have to be, I'm just gonna list like, Chris Bumstead or whatever, who's one of the Mr. Olympias, by the way. But he needs to be more to him. But I suppose that's the drawback. I think maybe that's the muscliest actor they could have found. I don't know. But yeah, He-Man to me needs to be much bigger. Much bigger. I've just realised it's gone midnight and I'm still going. So thank you for everybody who stayed on anyway. But I will be bringing it to a close pretty soon. We'll be going well over 2 hours and it's Sunday tomorrow. Well, it's Sunday now. It's Sunday now in the UK. It's Sunday later and my little boy has football and everything else that happens on a Sunday means that I'm stupid busy. Sorry, I missed what was getting. Power Master Optimus Prime figures. Paul at the Space Bridge has many stories, many anecdotes of how many of them he's actually thrown away. Because is it a stupid saying they're 10 a penny in the UK because there was so many of them? I'm sure he probably kept. Which toy line has the best deluxes in your opinion? Ooh, that's a good one. Which toy line? I'm going to come to that in a second. Who's going to be late? He could have done it, but again, he's already Thor, isn't he? I had to get a paramount. Best deluxe. I'm gonna go with Siege. And you know why I'm gonna go with Siege? Because, and I've said this story loads of times. Siege. I wasn't gonna buy Siege. I'd got to the point where my shelves are full. I've got no space. If you look at my old collection video, I had racking, which I brought from stores. 4 huge racking with 5 figures deep on each. There was like 600 carded figures. I was done. I was like, I was not buying any more. I'm completely done with buying new figures. And Siege came out, and I was like, I'm all right. I'm all right with this at the moment because I saw a Magnus and I thought, I've got a Magnus. I like it, but I've got a Magnus. And then, funnily enough, somebody mentioned it, and I know that Graham's probably going to end up having him off me. It was Skytread. It was Flywheels, and I was like, that's Flywheels. Why is he called Skytread? I don't know. I still don't know. But it's Flywheels. He's updated and he looks fantastic. And then Spinister, and then obviously and it wasn't like the really obvious ones like Hound and Sideswipe, which I liked, but yeah, just I think it was Earthrise because it just made me buy more toys, and because I really liked them, and the fact that, and I've said this loads of times, and I've said it in the Siege figures that I'm now reviewing, I think the quality difference between the the Prime Wars trilogy and the War for Cybertron trilogy, it's like night and day. You can't believe that, this little, this figure, a year or so before, it's so inferior. It's crazy. It's so inferior. It really is how bad these are. It made me realise that I didn't really like any of the Prime Wars headmasters, like, and especially the fact they took target masters and turned them into headmasters, etc. Siege was just blew my mind, and it made me go and buy. Yeah, made me buy figures that I had no intention of buying, and I genuinely like, right, I'm done. I'm not buying. I'm still gonna buy my G1 stuff because that's my baby, but I'm not buying any more of the newer figures because I just don't need to it. And ironically enough, I went in so crazy with Siege because I was like, these are crazy good, like absolutely crazy good. Because if you think about the last, going back to 2011, I started buying but the Generations, which came out in 2010, but then the Fall of Cybertron, even they're all really hollow. And then it was the Thrilling 30, which were okay, but again really hollow. And then as we've just discussed, Combiner Wars, there's a joke amongst the designers, actually. I think that the Combiner Wars only used 5 different molds, and then literally to make all of them combiners, they just slightly retooled them, for all of them. And then the Prime Wars were really hollow, but Siege was nuts. And the fact that seeing a deluxe, so I'm going to call him flywheels, seeing a deluxe flywheels, and again in a box rather than on a card, for me was a big thing, and I think that was it. They definitely need to do all the headmasters again. Also gives a great Ratchet Ironhide. Yeah, funnily enough, he's sitting here. He's literally here. He's there with the Ratchet there. I liked it. I like that mold. It's cool. And again, exactly like you've just said. Wow, this is a good robust mold. And I think because they went with Cybertronian vehicles as well, which made it that little bit more. Wow, this has got me completely hooked straight away, which I didn't want to be, and I really wasn't going to be. And then yeah, look what happened. So nuts. But that was a good question, and I'm going to sort of say to everybody that yeah, I'm going to give it 3.5 more minutes. So when it gets to 1:35, 2 hours 15 minutes, I'm going to knock it on its head. I've just sold the Siege Mirage, funnily enough, very good. But I want to again give you guys, I'll just say huge thanks, huge props to you guys for jumping on board, for making it as entertaining as it is. I've already said 3 times, I love doing these. I do it for you guys, gives you guys the opportunity to chat. I love the fact that you've chatted a lot amongst yourselves and asked me a load of questions. The next live stream obviously is less than 2 weeks. That is going to be from In Demand. Yeah, I need to do some more of them again. It's going to be In Demand. There's going to be definitely one. I may do a second live stream later on, because there is obviously the matter of unboxing Onslaught and Frequency and other figures that you guys do not know about. So when I do the unboxings, as I said, please put loads of questions in that, so when I get home and I do the full review of the figure, I'll be able to answer all your questions, hopefully with as much detail, and perhaps with a figure next to it to show anything. There's no truth behind there being it. No idea on that one. No idea on that one at all. I don't know any big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan either to ask. If it was Marvel, I know loads of them. If it was other people, I know them, but I don't know any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Massive uber fans, unfortunately. Here's one you might have to think before you go with G2 characters, the best looking weapons. And why do you like it so much? What G2 character? I don't know. Not a clue. As I say, I'm thinking about my G2 figures all down there. That's the best looking weapon. I'm going to go with that Dreadwing figure, which just is a weapon. It's just got all them red bullets that just fires. That's just a flying weapon, isn't it? So I don't know if that's a get out of jail or a cop out, but I like that. I do not like the giant, stupid, puffy things. Yeah, like G2 Sideswipe's giant thingy or whatever. The stealth bomber, it's just ridiculous. It is a flying weapon. So there you go, that's answered that. I wish they'd be more cartoon accurate. Do you mean the Transformers Prime ones? I think that they get out of jail is that they're calling him G. Well, you know, they're updating the Aqua Speeders had water pistols, but Sideswipes was huge as well, and so was Jazz's. I can't think what it was. But Pete, I'm surprised you've lasted up late as well. You don't normally last this late with me. So there we go, guys. I think that I can't answer that. I appreciate what people are saying. Everybody's starting to go anyway, though. So thank you very much. As I say, I'm going to wrap this up right now. Darren, thanks for jumping on. Thanks to everybody who's been on from the beginning. Thanks to anybody who's been with the channel since it's even just by joining on this. I really appreciate all of the support. It means a lot. And as I say, hopefully I'll do you guys some justice when we have when you get to see Onslaught in 2 weeks time, guys. This time in 2 weeks I'll have him in my possession at home doing videos. It's been great. Thank you very much for saying, Quinton. I hope you jump in on the others. I do these once a month anyway, and I'm going to look at doing a few more as well. So as always, guys, massive, yeah, exactly. Massive thanks to you all. See you in 2 weeks live from In Demand Toys with Onslaught, Frequency, and a lot of others as well. So I'll give you some more clues this, well, some more teasers this week, what we're going to be opening up. Graham, I'll chat to you soon, and I'll sort some other figures out for you as well. Thanks for watching, guys,